All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you see, it's Monday night or it's Monday evening, which means it's time for the Just As a News podcast. First and foremost, man, we got two big guests on the day. But number one, man of the hour, the man who throwing the ball 70 yards. 70 yards, man. I see him in the background pulling down his hat at me, ready to come on, man. He's the one and only QB1, Sandy Creek, and MVP of a 3H State Championship, Mr. Caleb Hill. But I wish
What's
I
up,
had.
man? Thanks for having me.
What'd you say?
Thanks for having me.
Nah, brother. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for gracing us with your presence, man. I see you got the cotton. See you got the cotton. You know what I mean? Player of the game hat on, man. This is your favorite hat you wear this often or just for special occasions?
Special occasions, yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that. That means the pod is a special place to be.
Yes.
So man, just let me know, man, how's the off season been, man? What you been getting into, brother?
It's been great for me so far. Eating right, got my little diet going, but working out, getting stronger. But I say we about to start mat drills as a team right now, so you know how that gets intense workout in the morning. Got to wake up early, get to it. 7-on-7. Starting that, we got a tournament this week. I got to see where it's at though, but got a tournament this week. And recruitment wise, talked to Harvard. A few other schools reached out. But yeah, it's been going pretty good off season.
That's big time. We got Harvard coming in, man. But you said something I can't gloss over, man. You talk about diet, brother. You know what I mean? Everybody at this age not talking about diet, so just let us know what type of diet you got going on, brother.
Well, right now I'm on the what I call a Hercules diet, which is just fruit and a whole bunch of lot of protein, just all meat.
No veggies.
Some veggies, but not a lot. Not a lot. But yeah, mostly just fruit and protein.
So let me ask you this. Whenever you transfer from your regular diet to this Hercules diet, man, what I'm saying, did you feel any different? Did you feel it boosting energy? Kind of walk me through what you're feeling.
Energy definitely goes up. That and I have pretty bad eczema that started going away, stuff like that. So skin health, hair health, and nails. So like nails, like your keratin and your nails and stuff like that. So it just boosts everything. Energy for sure though.
Man, get sponsored, this young man. He talking about eczema went away, skin, hair health. It sound like it should be on a commercial, brother.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So we got a couple comments in the chat. I'm not sure who this is. You may know. It said hello, Plugo -Z7P. Appreciate you tuning in. And let me see what this is. Coach Gotel, man, offered this kid already real deal quarterback.
Shout out to Gotel, man.
Yes, sir. Talk a little bit about Talk a little bit about you and Coach Gotel relationship while I pull up this vid.
I mean, we didn't talk much during the season, but I talked to him more after the season. Mm-hmm. But just real cool guy, great coach. Has DBs prepared every week in, week out. Big part of helping us win that state championship. Overall, just had those DBs locked down.
Nah, definitely, man. DBs. Listen, before I pull up the video, let's talk about that too, man. The DB room that you had to face every day at practice. You know what I mean? Greenhow, you know what I mean? Chase,
LeRod, Corey Hadley, and Nate Holston.
You see that at least 4 days a week. You know, we ain't gonna call the walkthroughs on Fridays. I mean, 3 days a week, we ain't call the walkthrough on Thursdays. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, you know, facing that type of gauntlet of DBs, man, how does that prepare you? Or what does that make the game feel like 10 times easier when you play?
Most definitely, yes. Yes, those guys fly around the field way faster than I feel like what I saw from other opposing defenses all year.
I tell the truth, brother. You get them more than they get you, or they get you more than you get them?
I feel like I get them more. Way more.
I like it, brother. Let me pull this up, man. It's like I said, man, you know, killing the off-season grind right now, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have seen this video everywhere. Man, you've been living under the rock. That's our friend Julian Kovard in the background. But look, man, that's about 75, 77 yards right there, man. You know, so
it's that getting stronger I was talking about right there.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
When did you start throwing the ball like this, man?
Really, not to brag, ever since I was 13, but as I was throwing 65. So this ain't nothing new right here. I mean, that's 5 more yards, but I mean, that's I feel like that's NFL arm right there.
Oh, let me watch one more time. So I'm trying to see how far you kind of rear it back. That's not that bad of a dip. I mean, that's about hip level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, my friend. I'm gonna cut you off.
Yeah, I was wearing a hat right there. I was wearing special occasion right there. It's new personal record for me, distance wise.
So what was the record before that?
68, right at 68. So I mean, got it up by 2 yards. I mean, this one was just on camera. The one before that, actually, I really got to 73 around the dot.
73 on the nose.
Yeah.
Special, man. Like I said, 2027. You know what I mean? When you analyze yourself as a quarterback, man, I see a lot of Deshaun Watson. But you know what I'm saying? What do you think?
I think it's really a mix. But I say Patrick because of different arm angles. Mine like Brady. And I wouldn't say Lamar. I'm not fast as him yet. I'm getting there. But I say like leg speed-wise, Justin Fields.
I like that. I also meant to ask him, man, what 7-on-7 you running with this season?
With my dad's team, Elite Velocity Predators.
Right,
he runs defense. I actually run my own offense. I run the offense, so kind of special right there.
Nah, I'm saying most quarterbacks don't run the offense. I've talked to you before, man. 4.5, you know, GPA kid, 4.0, 4.0 kid, man. This you know what I mean, just you blow me away every time, brother. Just how you said that the mind is there, man. But you know what I mean, coming up, man, how did you you know what I'm saying, how did your parents, you know what I'm saying, get your mind to where it is so sharp, you know what I mean, high GPA, you know what I mean, intuitive, inquisitive, you know what I mean, easy to read, dissect defense and download the offensive play, but how did you kind of get that under your belt?
Well, it started was I was about 11. I started drawing up plays and my own plays and stuff like that, and my dad always said, you know, got to draw it against the defense, got to make sure the defense go with it. So stuff like that. Also just watching, like he would send me different videos and stuff. He still does that now, like different tips and tricks on like how to read this or how to tell what they're disguised in, stuff like that. So that's really how he got my mind right on that.
You see some disguised looks?
Not really not really in high school, but you know, preparing for the next level though, because I am going to be a senior this upcoming season.
So how do you, just for the people, man, when you have a disguised look, how are you kind of dissecting it? No, like this is a shell cover 4, this is a cover 3, like cover 2 or whatever. How do you kind of see that?
Well, you see it by like let's say they're in like a 2-high shell, and like one safety, one might rotate down to come to like a curl flat, and one goes to play the middle third, like middle downfield. So it switches to like a cover 3, but you might think it's cover 2 at first, but then that cornerback's going off into that deep third, and that safety's coming down to the curl flat.
All right, so let's just say for instance, it's what's your favorite route to throw? Let's start there.
Deep post.
Deep post, why?
Yeah. Shows off my arm.
But I feel like it's like a power and a touch throw at the same time. So that's why I kind of like, what is it?
Like dropping in the bucket, like deep post right over top, get behind the safety, just let it fly.
Okay, I thought you were going to say like a fade ball, go ball, something like that. But I like post.
I like deep post.
Roll out in the pocket.
Super Bowl.
Say it again.
Like Jalen Hurts to Devontae Smith in the Super Bowl versus Chiefs.
Well said. Well said. Roll out or sit in the pocket when you throw it?
I like sitting in the pocket, but you know I could get out there and make a Patrick Mahomes type throw.
It's just easy on your body. You know what I'm saying? It's like you feel like you get more of a rhythm.
Get more rhythm. Yeah. Like to read it out.
Okay. So, where did the love of the game, love of football, kind of start for you, brother?
say round nine. Round nine. I was playing safety and started watching Tom Brady. I'm a big Patriots fan. Mom's from Boston, so I mean, naturally, just fell in love with the Patriots. I mean, they're winning. Who doesn't like winning? And I just watching Tom Brady and seeing how he would, I guess, lead the guys down the field and just watching his mic'd ups and stuff like that. And so I told my dad I want to play quarterback. Then I switched to quarterback. He started teaching me all the stuff I talked about, and just fell in love from there.
Do you feel like playing safety back then? Do you take anything from those safety days to now that you feel like kind of helps you?
I mean, my speed. I mean, I was always fast, so coming down making hits. It was 9U, so I mean, wasn't really big on coverages and stuff like that, but just flying around the field.
100%. All right, man. Let's get to the high question, man. The burning topic, man. Caleb Hill, 2027. Just here for some Ivy League schools, man. Do you feel like you're still underrated, and why?
Yes, I feel like I'm heavily underrated right now. I just feel like I've shown enough to at least get an offer or something by now, but I just got to keep my head down and keep working. But I do feel I feel I'm the best in 27 right now, just because my mind, my intellect, I can do way more than other guys. I can run, throw, run somebody over if you need me to. I mean, I can do it all.
Nah, absolutely. I could do it all. Type of quarterback. I used to say, what you like 6'2"? How big are you now these days, man?
6'1", 205 right now.
6'1", 205. What's the goal weight after the off season?
After the off season, 210. Make sure I can still run with the weight I'm putting on.
6'1", 210. Special. So back to the situation. Yeah, Sandy Creek. One championship. MVP of the championship game. How do you still fly under the radar, brother, from your vantage point?
Honestly, I don't know. Coaches don't know, but I'm going to keep working. I feel like my resume is enough right now, and I just got to keep working. Really, I mean, I think back to back will give me that offer I'm looking for.
100%, man. What do you carry that chip on your shoulder every throw, every lift? Just walk me through. I'm saying your mindset when nobody's there, kind of watching your pops is doing his thing. You just outside or in the gym. Just walk me through that mindset when you're preparing.
No, definitely, especially when I'm in weight training. It's that new personal record. That squat or something like that. Making sure, like, just keep that in the back of your head. Like when you're squatting this 515. This extra rep of on your, I guess, burnout set of bench. Just keep that in the back of your head. Just keep going. Like, make sure, like, they doubted you. Make sure they don't doubt you anymore.
Absolutely. Have y'all released y'all schedule already yet, Caleb?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. We got a opener against Grayson at home, nice. And we got Douglas the next week after that. So that should be pretty good.
Let's see. It's not on Twitter right now. It must be on. Is it on Max Preps? Where can I find it at, real quick?
On our Instagram page. Should be on there. Sandy Creek football page.
I got you. But while I pull it up, what's your thoughts on this? The weighted schedule. You know what I mean? With the schedule, kind of. You got to have more big games. Just what's your thoughts on
that? Like repeat that again. Like what do you mean? Like
So what's the term I'm looking for? It's the strength of schedule. You know what I mean? That's being implemented this year with the the more the better teams you play and the wins that you get is going to help your playoff chances. Just what's your thoughts on that? If that makes sense to you?
Oh yeah, I knew. Smiley definitely scheduled them for a reason. Yeah, that should definitely put us up to where I guess like where we want to be. Because I mean, we played. Like last season, as you know, we played East Coweta and we played McIntosh, but I mean, those two teams didn't really have good seasons, and that kind of dropped us when we got to playoffs, even though we were 10-0 by the end of the regular season. So he definitely put them on the schedule for a reason. So I mean, we beat them. We should be no problem us being number one in 3A going to playoffs.
Definitely, yeah. So, I'm saying, let's just start back to Grayson, man. You know what I mean? Loaded team, loaded DB room, man. Just I'm sure you haven't kind of looked at the fan base months out, man. But just what I'm saying, what's your thoughts on playing Grayson at home, man?
I feel like at home is definitely an advantage too. Crowd will get going. Uh, but I really just feel like, I mean, some people probably think we can't even probably compete with Grayson, but I feel like we can. It's our 27 class versus their 27 class. I feel like we got the guys to go ahead and shock the world.
100%. And I might as well ask about East Coweta as well. I mean, beat East Coweta last year. I think I had lost what two years in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So with them, y'all having to go to East Coweta, man, just you know what I'm saying, looking to keep the wheels on the right track, man. Just you know what I'm saying, what's your thoughts about going there? You know what I mean? Keeping that win streak going.
I feel like it'll definitely be easier this time around. Um, we know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do, but I feel like we just got the better athletes.
All right, hey man, they got one of the best safeties in the class. Chance Gilbert, got Walter Maestro, another DB, formidable man. Say that with a lot of confidence, my friend.
I mean, yeah, we got Corey Hadley though.
Yeah, you got Corey, you got Corey. And what's the other young man from the 14 last year?
Nate Holston.
Got Nate, yeah, for sure. Got Nate. All right, man. I'm saying we'll see. We'll hold you to it. Fast track, man. You got week four, man. Big time quarterback matchup. You know what I mean? Playing Justin Murphy and North Clayton Eagles. Away. What's your thoughts on that matchup? And you know what I'm saying, if you have a relationship with Justin,
I know of him. I've seen him. I don't really know much about the team and all like that. But I mean, we'll get to it once we get the film and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, I know of him and I know of the team. I just don't know that much about them to really speak on them like that.
100%. So you know what I'm saying. If you had to rate the schedule, I mean, a scale of 1 to 10, what I'm saying, what am I remember? Let's scratch that, man. Just what stretch of the season are you most looking forward to? Let's go there.
You said what stretch of this? Like what part of the season?
Yes, sir.
First two games. First two games of regular season. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I just feel like we're doubted right now against those two teams. So I feel like we can definitely shock some people.
100%. I'll stop sharing my screen. We'll bring it back to. All right, man. So, you know what I'm saying, talk about Corey Hadley, talk about Nate Holston, man. Just what's your rapport with those guys, man? Why are they two of the most dynamic receivers in 3A right now?
Their ability to make special catches, just being able to just throw it up to them and they'll go get it. Just knowing they'll go get it.
All right, I'm gonna read off some of your accolades here. Like you said, 6'1", 3.9 GPA, 2026 award and honors AJC 3A first team All State. You already know he's 3A state champion, game MVP, GHSA all first team finals, 2-time first team All Region 2 3A, 2-time first team All Fed County team. I mean, we hear those accolades, man. When you were a young lad, you know what I mean. Did you see these in your future?
Yeah, for sure. I just knew I just got to keep working, keep my head down, just keep working, and those accolades will come, and I'll be able to just keep filling up my resume.
100%. All right, man. Switch off the field, man. You know what I mean? I hear you pretty funny, man. I hear you got some Dave Chappelle type of comedy. Your mom's always talking about that, man. So, is this a fact? Yeah, are you in fact, you know what I mean, very talented when it comes to stand up?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess around my mom, yeah. I mean, I'm not as good around other people, but to my mom, yes.
I go lie, man. She talked very highly. She said, "Yeah, man, it's Dave Chappelle." I said, "Mom, Dave Chappelle, Dave Chappelle." She said, "Yeah, see, making he's like that." So you know what I'm saying. Hopefully, one day, brother, I catch you. You know what I'm saying. Fire one off, man. But outside of that, man, what do you kind of do in your leisure time? What do you do to kind of relax and wind down?
Gaming, a lot of gaming. Madden, was it GTA, and I'd say 2K. Yeah, that's what I like to do in my meantime. And I mean, watch football. Really, I just like watching football. So I'll turn on a random Patriots game from like 2004, and I'll just watch it. Then after that, I just keep watching games throughout the whole day. Or if I'm not doing that, I'm eating and gaming. That's about it.
How much of Tom Brady do you watch, man?
Probably an unhealthy amount.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what specifically do you kind of like? What are you really watching? You know what I'm saying? He don't move too much. I know he's quick and decisive. But what are you kind of like?
His mentality.
Okay.
That's his mentality. Yeah. Yeah. I'm watching documentaries. I'm trying to see any type of backstory, what he was doing at 10 years old, 11 years old.
Really? Why 10 and 11 years old? Why that far back?
I mean, that's where I started. When I started, so just watching him, it's just inspirational. So
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Do you kind of pick up any of his throwing motions, or you feel like it's too kind of outdated? It's earlier throwing motion.
Well, I got my own throwing motion, but I mean, I pick up tips from Tom House, a guy who's worked with Brady and Breeze and other quarterbacks in the league or who have been to the league. So, yeah.
Okay. What's something about your process, you know what I mean, that you feel like is very key that most people don't know about?
Like preparation, like for just anything?
You can do both preparation and anything.
Okay, like say like preparation for a game, um, eating right, of course. Like on game day, I usually only do fruit, so only fruit. But like type of fruit I'm doing, like I'm doing bananas because that's also a carb, and I'll do like watermelon for hydration. So that's what I do on game day, stuff like that. I got this oil I use. I put on my arms like this, like it's relax the muscles and stuff like that. Uh, and then really, and then like for a workout preparation for that would be just make sure I'm in the right mindset and keeping that chip on my shoulder, as I was saying. So like when I'm lifting, so just don't get lazy, keep working.
100%. So back to the game and GTA 6 soon to come out. I think the official date, no more pushback at the end of this year, man. You play a lot of GTA, man. What are you kind of expecting for that release?
I mean, I just want to play. I mean, that's really about it. I think it's in where is it? Where's it going to be taking place in? Miami? Is it Miami?
Yeah, Miami. That's right.
Okay,
that's right.
Yeah. So I mean, the trailer looked real nice. I'm just waiting for it. They keep pushing it back, so I'm just waiting to play now.
Is that your most played game, or is it Madden?
It's Madden. Yeah.
First team, was it my team? Regular.
I like to do franchise and regular. I'm not too big on the ultimate team. I feel like it's pay to win. You got them 30-year-old guys on there. Just whole bank account on Madden. So I mean,
nah, facts.
Yeah, so I don't do that ultimate team stuff. I stick to franchise and regular.
When it comes to your pops, man, when y'all pick up the sticks, and I know pops used to coach, very much intuitive in the game of football. You know what I'm saying? You let him get the best of you when you pick up the sticks.
I mean, he hasn't picked up the sticks since I was like 10, and I mean, he won then because I didn't barely even do the buttons like that. I mean, I was just picking random plays and running them. But I mean, I was getting beat then. He only pick up sticks anymore. I don't think he even knows how to do a spin move or anything like that.
It's still circle button, Pop. Still circle button. You know, man. Pick up the shoulder.
He's used to Atari or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You smooth, Naj? All right, man. Floor is yours, bro.
All right. So obviously we talked about your football acumen. I heard you a little bit on the interview, Caleb. So you talked about how to safety. So I don't want you to reveal nothing, but let's say you get in a kind of a pressure look, right? Let's say it's a slot blitz, but it's coming down late. How do you identify that defender to know, okay, hey, I know he's blitzing. Let me slide this protection over. Also, let me hit my hot read as well.
Well, I look at that. I mean, I see him coming. I will identify. I know he's coming. Like I'll probably switch off to like a hitch, something like that. I'm making sure I'm telling the line. I say slide left or right. I'm telling them who I got if it's 6, we can't handle that, or like a 7 or something like that. And yeah, I'm just making sure I'm putting the receiver in the right position so I can put myself in the right position and also get the ball out quick.
100%. I know you talked about it a lot, but how is film helps your game? Obviously, intellect there. Your dad's been training since you were 9 years old, as you talked about. But how is film continue to elevate your game where your IQ is just there?
Watching about 4 hours of film. 4 hours of film a night. Yeah, 4 hours of film a night. That gets me right. Helps me basically know everybody's like tendencies or like figure out guys' body movements, stuff like that. So yeah, that definitely has helped me.
For sure. All right, let's talk about another component. Let's talk about your leadership, man. Are you more of a lead by example, or do you kind of do, are you more so like you kind of get the guys riled up? Like, how do you like to lead? What's your leadership style?
I like to lead by example, but definitely gonna have to start talking more this season. I think that's something I was missing, not being as verbal, but that's something I'm working on towards this upcoming season. So, but if I had to choose, lead by example. But as a quarterback, gotta be able to speak, gotta be able to get them to believe in the play, in the game, just everything in general.
Speaking of believe, Caleb, you mentioned a little bit about you being underrated. I want to ask this. Obviously, this year's a big year for you, right? You can continue to prove what people already know, right? But this year, a lot of offense is going to be kind of on your shoulders. What is your thoughts on that, and how do you just kind of lead the Sandy Creek offense back to where it is, and even beyond that?
Well, of course, knowing we missing Mar Latimer, we're missing, as they say, I guess 40 touchdowns. But I feel like we're gonna be able to do the same thing. We're just gonna be more passing this season, and that's really about it. And I feel like that's nothing new to me. I mean, that's nothing hard. I mean, just throwing the ball more this year. I mean, that's about it. I feel like we're gonna be completely fine.
Period. Okay. And then you mentioned Corey Hatley Jr., but put me on game. What other weapons you gonna have this year?
We got a lot of underrated guys people don't really talk about much. We got Rylan White. We got a transfer from some 8-man football school, but he's gonna be really good. Carter. And we got Kalen Stevenson, Casey West. Who else? Trey Love, our freshman tight end from last season. He'll be a sophomore this upcoming season. And we got Justin McCord, another underrated receiver. And we got Omar Jackson, who can catch the ball at the backfield. He's gonna be our running back.
Okay. Period. Now you mentioned the schedule. I heard you mention it with Bacon a little bit. Do you relish those matchups? I know you said you're looking forward to the first 2 games. So I won't have you repeat that. But do you relish these big time matchups? I feel like this year. Now, again, you have no control of the schedule. I feel like we get in the matchups we want to see from Sandy Creek. We get in the Graces. We get in North Clayton. We get in all the top tier matchups. How excited is that for you as a player to know, hey, we playing big time football last year, but then we taking it up a notch this year with it being in the regular season outside of our region?
I mean, the team I feel as if it's big to me is just another game against, just different guys in high school. I mean, we just got to take it as just another game. You can't let it be so big that you think it's something. I mean, it's just another game. That's really what it is.
Gotcha. Where do you get your approach from? When you look at the game, you dissect it, like where does your approach come from?
Like a person, like what do you like my approach comes from?
Yeah, like a person, or like, what I'm saying, you watch different people. I know you mentioned some people that you like to watch, but like where, like when you approach, like how have you been able to develop your approach when you get to game? Like I said, you always feel like you're cool, calm, and collected. It's never too much. You approach it like you just said, one game, I don't care who it is, that it's a faceless jersey to me, doesn't matter. Where does that kind of approach come from?
Really, I say somebody like I guess like Nick Saban or something like that, or even my dad, like just staying calm throughout. Like he's very calm throughout like probably the worst situations, but I've really learned that from him. Really, just staying calm, stay calm the whole way through.
Got you. All right, I'm gonna put my coach's hat on. Recruiting you, Caleb. You know what I'm saying? We want you to come play for our institution. Why should we take a chance on you, Caleb? What makes you different from the rest?
I'm the best. There's no one else like me. I can do it all, really. Run, pass, run over, as I said. I'm here with it. You know what I'm saying? I can be another coach on the field.
I like that. Can you? If I don't know if Bacon asked you about it, but can you explain that part of your game? A lot of people sleep on the dual threat ability, the running ability. We seen you last year. I think we was at the East Coweta game. You ran for like 40, 50 yards. So tell people about that aspect of your game.
I feel like that aspect of my game is pretty underrated. I feel like people don't really talk about it much. I mean, this last season I was more of I ran way more than I did the season before. But overall, I just feel like I'm very underrated in that category right there. I feel like a lot of people don't like. I surprised a lot of people this season with taking off on them. They didn't know I was that fast.
100%. All right, man. Let's talk about another unit that always gets overlooked: the offensive line, man. How are you feeling about the trenches? I know you guys have some people holding. But how does that unit look? You guys return a lot of starters. How does the offensive line look? I know it's still very early, but
we lost 3. We'll have 2 returning. We'll have Ryan Moore, you'll probably know about, and Andrew Holland. But we got some transfers coming in. We got one from Banneker and a few others. I just don't know much about them yet, but I think we'll be solid. I mean, we got guys who've been there and stuff like that. So I think we'll be completely fine.
Got you. I don't know if Bacon showed it, but Coach Gotel tuned into the building. I want to ask. I know he left for Griffin. What did he mean to you, Caleb? Because I know he didn't just coach the defensive side of the ball. He also had a rapport with you, Amari, all the offensive guys. What did Coach Gotel mean kind of to you?
I mean, overall, just a great coach. To me, I mean, as I said, we didn't really talk much until after the season, but I mean, he meant a lot to the whole team, to the defense side of the ball, like the whole team in general. Just his preparation and like he'd be as like him personally, like he would know. I guess if a player was sick that week on the team, or like if they stubbed their toe or something like that, like he knew that much about the other team every week, and he would get those DBs ready. Like he'd have full scouting reports and stuff like that. So, I mean, he just meant a lot to the entire team, not just me personally.
1,000%. And before I let you go, or before I throw it back to Bacon, Caleb, what do you want to attain this season? You've been on the height. You like I said, you got to be a commission player of the game. We know what you do. This is what you do. But what do you want to accomplish and show this final senior season?
Another championship. Like personal, like stat wise, I'd like 4,000 passing yards or like 5,000, 40 plus touchdowns. I like to see if I can maybe get 20 rushing. Maybe 1,500 rushing yards if I can. But, we got some backs who can do that. So leave that up to them. So, I mean, yeah, really just my whole goal is just to win another one back to back.
Definitely. Throw it to you, Bacon.
The ultimate teammate, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to ask you, brother, is there anything that you feel like you have to prove to yourself at this point coming up at the upcoming season?
Prove I can lead verbally, like be more outspoken on like certain things when it comes to just getting the guys to believe in something.
So let's hear, brother. What is? Y'all know if you had time to think on it now. What does that look like? What does that look like at mat drills, or what does it look like first day of spring, or what does it look like in the weight room for you?
Like for mat drills, probably like say. I mean, we're tired. We're going to be tired, of course. Intense workout. As the coaches say, no bending over. So, leading there verbally, leading by example and verbally, like, helping guys up and stuff like that. Spring, putting the guys in the right spot, making sure, they know what to do and all stuff like that. I mean, that's really it.
All right, brother. We're going to be tapped in. We'll be looking forward to that, man. What we'd like to do before, with our guests, man, we'd like to give them the floor, brother. So if you have anything to say, if you have anything to plug, my friend, the floor is now yours. I don't lock up on me, dog. Come on now.
Look, I don't know. Shout out Lee Velocity, and shout out the Jones family. They know what I'm talking about.
Well said, brother, man. Like I said, Caleb. It's Caleb Hill, ladies and gentlemen. QB1 for Sandy Creek. Big games coming up week 1 and week 2. You definitely want to be there and pack out the battlefield at Sandy Creek, brother. We appreciate you coming on. Much love, and we'll be locked in. So keep doing what you think. Keep doing your thing, brother, man. Appreciate you coming on. And thanks, Pops, too. Thanks, Pops, for definitely putting this together, man. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Much love, brother.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? Oh, he busy. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, that's Caleb Hill, man.
Sorry, brother. I'm trying to get our second guest on, brother. Sorry.
You good, brother? You good? Yeah, we got a big second guest coming on, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't want to go nowhere, man, brother. But just
we're on FaceTime with him right now. So I'm trying to get Colt right. So yeah, this is live.
This is live. I followed our race as well. This ain't our first rodeo. We know what we doing.
Bad.
Hold on. So I got the iPad. Where do I need to go?
I'm gonna resend it. I don't know.
I mean, some gold.
When you come to the news, you get the full uncut, man. We get the full uncut.
So do what? Can I just type something in?
Nah, I'm gonna send it. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to your phone. Hold on, one sec, Colt. Text you. Might be easier because sometimes Instagram be tripping.
You ain't lying. At least we haven't had any audio problems today.
I know we've been having joining problems, Bacon. Okay, Coach, I just sent it.
You sent it to my phone. Okay. Yes, I'll make it join from my phone. Yes, no.
Maybe that'll work better.
Let me click this link.
If it was an iPhone, we can't do it on Safari. I don't think.
Oh, you can't do it on Safari if it's on iPhone? Because he said the screen was white.
The screen was white.
Yeah. Right. So I told him to do his iPad.
Oh, we'll see. Either way. I mean, push on the show. You should have a Google app. So but don't worry, that just copy and paste.
The bro said the Google app.
Yeah, you gotta have to Google it. Google Chrome. Shoot.
Nobody use Google Chrome on the phone.
But I'm saying if it's not gonna work on Safari.
I mean, it just came through. It's a link, but it ain't like I can't click on the link. You know what I'm saying?
Show me what you looking at, Coach. Please turn screen.
I'm on the iPad.
Okay.
I can't click on that link nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Okay, see if you can copy and paste that link, Coach.
Okay.
Yeah. Control C it, like highlight it, Control C it, and then put in your Safari.
You say Safari, not Google Chrome?
Yes, sir.
My bad, bro.
No, you good, Coach.
Try not to waste y'all boys' time, man.
Nah, never that.
Never that, Coach. We appreciate you coming on.
Oh, man.
Bro. I'm looking forward to that Sandy Creek Grayson.
That's a game. Hey, that's gonna be a game right there.
That's a big game.
Which one?
Sandy Creek Racing.
Yeah. Well, basketball?
Football.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. Next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Facts.
What you say?
He said everybody stop being scared.
Nah, facts.
No.
But I don't think anybody would. Man, here you go, Brother Brinsky in the cut.
What's going on, Brinsky? Good. Hey, good to see you this weekend at Sevens, man.
Always, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure to when a legend is in person and digitally, but we're working on an interview right now, man. I mean, enjoying the live chat lobby is always, amazed. But we're working.
Oh yeah, we got Coach. Let's go.
He is.
Y'all see me? There it is.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
What's good, fellas? They had some technical difficulties, man. My apologies, man. I'm more than just a football coach, man. We can be some technicians too, man.
Second time around, man.
You feel me? What's good, fellas?
What's going on, bro?
Good, family.
Hey, man. Hey, happy to be here, man. I'm enjoying what you guys are doing, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. Y'all putting the spotlight on high school sports, man, which is a big thing, man. We got something good in the state of Georgia, man, and I think y'all are doing an excellent job, man. So kudos and salute to y'all for doing what y'all doing for sure.
Appreciate that. Likewise, Coach.
Facts. So, Coach, I'm gonna give you the flow. Put us on some game, man. We know about Columbia. Hey, look, you won back Coach of the Year. We got to give you the kudos. Hold on, Bacon. Let me
Yeah. We got sound effects now,
real
Coach.
quick.
Oh yeah.
Right the back. Coach of the Year, man. You deserve a round of applause, man. Nobody's giving you your flowers, Coach. So on the show, we got to give you your flowers.
Man,
So,
I'll say this, man. In this business, man, you got to be selfless, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me, man. It's about those kids and the men that help me, you know what I'm saying, working all towards the common goal. So, like I said, it's definitely a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to get recognized for the hard work that we've been doing, you know what I'm saying, and accomplishments. But, of course, like I say, winning the region is definitely a goal of ours every year. We do realize that playing in a different region this year, that the task and the challenge will be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more difficult. But we're up to it. We've been building, for quite some time now. I'm definitely confident in our ability and what we've been doing over at Columbia, but, definitely grateful for the opportunities and for the recognition. So thank you, my brothers, for that giving the flowers. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
anytime, Coach. So who's some players we need to watch out for? Last year, I know you had multiple players, Coach, that you tell me about. Who this year we need to keep kind of an eye on?
Well, last year, a lot of my guys were young, you know what I mean? So I'll be returning a lot this year. I'll just start with my quarterback, Zard Daniels. He's been working real hard. Last year was his first year with us. Got a couple of big games under his belt. He led us, throughout the region. You know what I'm saying? He had a strong finish of the region, winning the Offensive Player of the Year. So Zard Daniels, I'm expecting him to come in and have a more dominant year this year. We are blessed and fortunate to have some weapons, on the outside and the inside. You know what I mean? Besides Silver, who's picking up a lot of steam, man, who's had a great offseason, is doing pretty well on the track right now. King Parham, another guy, who I'm expecting big things from as well. A multi-talented, athlete that plays both sides of the ball, just like Silver. So, like I say, one thing about us at Columbia, man, we try to provide, so these college coaches with just football players. We just don't try to have guys just play one side of the ball. You know what I mean? Even in my backfield, man, I got a super stud freshman, DeQuarian Tremel, man, who I'm extremely excited about for him. You know what I'm saying? He reminds me a lot of Jaden Ball. I mean, I know that's, that's a pretty high name to throw out there, but as a freshman, Jaden was 15 going on 40, and he has the same mannerisms, the same humbleness, and the same work ethic. So we're looking for him to, turn a corner and elevate his game, got him on the track. Big Chris Hector, who's
Yes,
a beast up front, man. Big Chris has been picking up steam on both sides of the ball. The O-line, D-line. I got the twins, Jamarian and Demarian Davis. Like, those guys are 2 for 1. Like, I got 2 special players. Like, I'm extremely excited for our guys, man. I got a couple guys who some don't really know about, but they'll find out, rather soon. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we've always kept guys in the stable. You know what I mean? Like, we pride ourselves on developing here at Columbia. I know a lot of people, they go out and do a lot of splash things, which is cool too, you know what I'm saying? But we like to build from within, man, and just kind of put guys on the scene, so that a lot of guys, I'm not real familiar with. They're not household names yet, but they will be soon.
Can you talk about that component of that, Coach? Like you said, you can easily go out and go get, 4-star, 5-star prospects out of state. But like you said, you've always been true to that philosophy of, let me build from within and develop these guys, and they go off and they ball in college.
Yeah, man. Like, one thing that I think that we've created a platform where a lot of college coaches, they come back to our school because they know we're producing a lot of guys that can play ball. You know what I'm saying? And I'm big on our feeder programs as well. Like, I got a pretty good middle school coach. You know what I'm saying? The record really doesn't show, but it's a lot harder when you're limited with the resources. You know what I'm saying, that we have. So we're making lemonade out of oranges. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a testament to, not only myself, but my coaching staff, my administration as well. Like, they give us the parameters, you know what I'm saying, so we can be able to work and get things accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And we got a bunch of kids. We have a community believing in what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So we have established, since I've been, the head coach, this will be year 7 already, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you've been rocking with me since day one, bro. I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't really want to give us our flowers or, put us as one of the top, we'll be in 3A this year, but one of the top schools, programs. But, I definitely feel confident in our guys, even from our previous scheduling, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, as we was talking about offline, a lot of people are, they have different philosophies with how they do it with scheduling, but, we believe in iron sharpening iron. You know what I'm saying? I'm going out and trying to find the best games, you know what I'm saying? Because the objective is to be playing in December. You remembered in December, so that's the goal for this year, of course.
Let me ask you this, Coach. I don't want to put you on amp, but I do want to ask. I don't want to be controversial, but when it comes to DeKalb County, sometimes you don't always have the resources you need available, Coach. So I want to ask you today, what is a way that you can have better resources to help you? I don't want to say, because you already developed this program where it is, and it can obviously go further, but and elevate even more than where it is. But how can administration or even some of the board? I don't know if you heard about it, Coach, but they're going to shut down, I think, like 17 schools in DeKalb.
Yeah.
How can they better help you guys in the sports athletic department?
I kind of let the powers that be handle, I can only control what we can control, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, from the athletic, department, it has been a lot of great things they've been trying to do. We definitely have the support. And it starts with putting out a better brand of football. Like, I think we had out of 19 teams, I think 17 made the playoffs last year. And I think 9 made the second round. You know what I'm saying? I think at that point of time, I think it was only us and Fulton that had the most schools, in it at that point in time. So it starts with, getting quality coaches, which I think that the CAB has done a better job of, across the board of getting, coaches in place that want to win and know how to win. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, which overall creates a better opportunity, not an opportunity, but a better display of football. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we can only control what we can control, man. Like I said, I'm big in my community. I think being an alumnus from Columbia has definitely helped me tremendously. Like I say, I actually lean on the basketball team a lot because, the head basketball coach is also a classmate of mine. We graduated in the same year. So we're running in the same circles and getting people within our community excited about what we're doing. So like I said, the district has been doing what they can. They've been doing a much better job of investing, within the program. So, I'm just grateful that I have an opportunity. A lot of people don't get an opportunity to be a head coach, especially from, at the school that they're at. So like I said, I know what I signed up for, and we just getting the grind, man. We put our boots on, man. We go to work.
Period. Coach, tell me about that a little bit, about obviously you in the relationship with the obviously basketball coach. I think sometimes we'll see, okay, he the basketball coach, he do his thing. But like I said, y'all are co-joining together in order to build this community and build people believing behind y'all. We know the basketball team's really good.
So the basketball program at Columbia, has been phenomenal. Dr. Phil McQuarrie has done an outstanding job of setting the foundation. Coach Johnson, who has taken over the reins for the boys, and Coach Bell, who's been a pillar with the girls. Like I said, it's all about the camaraderie, man. And we support each other with all of the sports, but those are the main sports within the county. You know what I'm saying? So right now, both our boys and girls are still left in the Elite 8, and I think we're the only school that has both teams that's still in it. You see what I'm saying? So we just try to take advantage of of the fire that's been lit, and we just continue to pass the torch back and forth, you know what I'm saying, and not just make it just a basketball school, but we want to turn our athletic program up completely as a whole, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing, man, over at Columbia.
1000%. Coach, I want to ask a little bit about this. About what's my train of thought? Gosh,
man, I want to ask you a question, man. I'm looking for. I'm gonna drop the schedule. I want to know where we gonna be in your opinion? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know who we're playing or whatnot, but you know, we got a pretty decent schedule ahead of us. You know how I normally do it, man. Like I said, we're never running from competition. You know, we're running to it, man. And like I said, I believe in, you know, getting better. You know what I mean? We've done great things in the past. Of course, you know, you can't win this year's game with last year's scores. You know what I'm saying? So we all about, you know, looking forward to those opportunities, man. We got Doug in the spring, Creekside in the fall. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that's going to sharpen us up going into that season opener with Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Looking forward to that game. You know what I'm saying? We got Carrollton on the schedule again. You know what I'm saying? Going back down to Carrollton. And also our region is the region, but we got a new region, like I said, Hateville Charter, you know, who just, you know, was in the semifinal with a championship game. And then also Carver Atlanta, who was in the semifinals. So, you know, the challenge will be there, but we're building ourselves right now in the offseason, so we'll be ready.
Let me ask you this, Coach, because I'm not going to put the conversations out, but some give you flack for scheduling them kind of teams, the Creeksides and the Carrolltons. Like, why go play them? You're going to get whooped. I know that's not the case, though, Coach. I know you trying to see where your team stacks up. So when you play those teams, like, what do you tell your team just to not get, you know, down or like, hey, like, okay, we lost, but hey, like, we can learn from this. What do you tell your team?
So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? I'm just be honest, man. I think a lot of the other programs are just catching up to what we've been doing. You know what I'm saying? See, like the PSR and the rankings was already a part of our, you know what I'm saying, classification. You know what I'm saying? So now everybody else is kind of catching up to it. But also in the past, man, I lean on my experience of going down to Camden County, man. We had 40 players, and they had 120 players. Only 11 can play at one time. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm extremely confident. I sign these games up not to, you know, get beat or to go look for a check, man. We looking to compete and come away with it. You know what I'm saying? And also those games make us better. You know, you playing against quality teams, quality programs that are, you know, nationally known, not just within our state. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I said, iron sharpens iron. I have a lot of guys on my team that are blessed and have scholarship offers. So, you know what I'm saying, we want to play against guys that we know that's going to be playing on Saturday. So we just like, it's a long game. It's a method to the madness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't really understand. You know, I don't believe in fluff. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in fluff. Like, you know, you can get in trouble by having an 8-2 record and really having challenged your team or your coaches, you know what I'm saying, and get bounced in the first round or the second round. A lot of people are happy with being in the first round, second round. That's not something that we pride ourselves. We've been knocking on the door. We've been going second round, third round, man. I'm trying to play in December, man. That's just the bottom line, and this is what it is.
All right, my last one, I'm going to throw it to Bacon. I want to talk about the word impact, Coach. You've been there 7 years. I know Jaden Ball is the big front runner everybody talk about, but I know you've had a bigger impact than that, Coach. Talk about just the lives you impacted in them 7 years at Columbia.
Man, like I said, you know, being an alumnus, man, is always a special time, you know, saying to come back to a place where you once, you know, walked the halls and play, you know what I'm saying? So it's just making it better. Like I say, Jaden Ball is the front runner, but we have a lot of other guys that even came before him that I coached. From Nazir Stackhouse, who's playing with the Green Bay Packers, you know, Edwin Moore, who's a member of Maryland's D-line, you know what I'm saying? So, like, everybody knows Jaden Ball, but, you know, we've been the underdog for so long, man, and we don't look for, you know, the accolades, man. We just believe in doing the hard work, you know what I'm saying? Like Rashad Silver, like, he's one of the best players in the state of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? That also has a 4.1 GPA, you know what I'm saying? Like, so one of my biggest impacts, like you just mentioned, you know, out of the 6 years up until this point, man, I've had 2 valedictorians. You know what I'm saying? Our team GPA is a 3.3. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm most proud of is, you know, Yale came and offered one of my kids a full scholarship. So it's just about, you know, just creating opportunities that the game can provide. You know what I'm saying? And it's bigger than football. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we've been big in the community. You know what I'm saying, giving back, you know what I'm saying, school drives, coat drives, and all of that stuff. So it's been a great time, you know what I'm saying, and I really enjoy what I do, you know, and we're just trying to, you know, keep knocking it, you know, keep taking it a day at a time. Hopefully, instead of knocking on the door, man, we can go ahead and kick it in and go on and get on in there, man.
That's it. 10 points on the board for the East Side. I like that.
Hey, man, you know, it's nothing bigger than especially the East, man. Come on now. We get left out a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? We get left out a lot. Like I said, there's a lot of quality ball that's going on from, Tucker, Lithonia, Southwest DeKalb, MLK, Stevenson. Like it's a lot of programs that are doing a lot of good things. And like I said, it starts with the coaches, man. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that, there are a bunch of good men, who are leading their programs, to whatever they feel like is best for them. But like you said, we just running our own race over at Columbia for sure.
No, definitely. I want to stay on the topic of coaches, man. We talked to Coach Dixon at the 7th this past weekend. He was like, you know what, Coach, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been covering us for a while. We were scheduling the big games, getting our head beats in. We flipped around and turned the page. So I want to ask you, man, just kind of, when you were talking to Coach Dixon, did y'all kind of talk about Creekside going from losing a lot to now being where they're at now?
Man, me and Coach Dixon, I got a great relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody that I've watched because he's an alumnus from Creekside as well. So, like I said, we cross paths often. We tried to put things together in the past, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm just excited about getting the opportunity to play against, one of the better programs. You know what I'm saying? Coach Dixon has done an outstanding job over at Creekside. I think one year, they went 1-9 or 0-10, if I'm not mistaken, man. So, like, it's just the fact of the matter that if you put your foot down, if you put your boots on and you keep taking one step at a time, man, and you do things the right way, treat people right, and build your community up, man, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. So, for sure.
100%. What do you feel like is a next phase for Columbia football, in your opinion?
Winning the state championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of people are starting to, we're starting to garner a lot of attention. A lot of people know that we have talent on our team, but sometimes I don't think we get the respect. You know what I'm saying? That, but in order to get respect, you got to knock somebody off. So we just gonna keep grinding and pounding until, we reach that goal. Like I said, we have the recipe. We have the coaches, we have the support within the building as far as with the admin. Now we just got to go out there and do it and put it on the field on Friday nights.
So have you thought about just how the media can play a big part in control your own narrative? Like, kid, go ahead.
Absolutely. Like I said, me and we talk about this all the time. Najeh, is that right?
Najeh.
I always mess up your name, man. You know what I'm saying? But he's been a supporter since day one. You know what I'm saying? And like, he actually gave me the intel of the importance of the media, because in my early careers, I was like, nah, no comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, coach, you got a special group of guys, man. I think like it needs to be on the forefront. So, I give kudos to you guys for giving me the platform, you know what I'm saying, to be able to talk about our program and talk about our kids, who's kind of used to being the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, Columbia has always been kind of known for basketball, you know what I'm saying? But we have more than just basketball there. So, like I said, we just kind of running our own race. You know what I mean? It does feel good to get the notoriety and some attention on the guys. You know what I'm saying? But your play got to match. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. Make it all make sense.
It's around that board drill time, man. I'm assuming we had a player from Sandy Creek on talking about it's board drill time coming up. So is it that time for y'all? What does this time of the year do for you?
Man, hey, look, the sun is starting to shine a little bit. It's starting to warm up a little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whistles will get ready to, start blowing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we definitely have taken on the seriousness of the off-season program. You got to win in the off-season. You got to definitely have a plan in place. So now it's time to, well, it's overly time. You know what I'm saying, to put it in motion. We got guys running track. I got some guys that's finishing up basketball. You know what I'm saying, and we're definitely in the weight room and like I said, getting on that board and trying to get the philosophy right, man. So, like I said, this is the most important time because this is the foundational stages of your season. You know what I'm saying? So this is when you coming up with the rules and the regulations, because everything changes every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have a new drive and find something that, that drives you to continue to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, the seniors that I've had over the years, you know what I'm saying, that's, they've done a great job of leaving the lineage behind of what it's supposed to look like. And everybody is supportive of one another. Like I said, I really feel like we're close. to get into the game, to the championship game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm very confident in our group, and I'm just looking forward to the season. Definitely an exciting time right now.
I'm saying last two questions with me, now throwing back to Najeh. Coach, I just want you to talk about what is the lifestyle or the to-do list, how rigorous or unrigorous it is, just being a head coach during the offseason.
Man, I need an assistant. You know what I'm saying? I need an assistant, you know what I'm saying, or a secretary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot to balance, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, but that's the special part about the job is, you are the guy that everybody looks to, you know what I'm saying? So we like to, our communication is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? I like to communicate with my parents and give them the goals and the tasks, because you only go as far as your parents take you. So like I need them to buy into what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got a good stranglehold on the players as far as, the culture that we have created. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, and then when you have a bunch of great coaches, that make it easier on me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of good coaches. Like I said, we're selfless. Our camaraderie is extremely tight. Like me and my coaches, like we are really close. You know, so we spend a lot of time with each other. So we might as well make it worthwhile. Like everybody performs better in a positive environment, even you two. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just all about, not what you say, but how you say it, to get guys to, want to help and get on board. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we've created a good situation, man. So we just trying to keep it rolling, bro.
Well said. Last thing, first year in 3A. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts about that?
Hey man, we ready for whatever, man. It don't matter what classification, AA, single A, 10A. You know what I'm saying? You sign us up, man. If it's some action, man, we run into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm confident within our group. You know what I mean? We're not running from competition. You know what I'm saying? And of course, it's one game at a time. I'm not looking past anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, and we always are respecting our opponents. So, like I said, we're just building ourselves up right now at this point of the season for December, because everything that we're doing is intentional. You know what I'm saying? So it got to make sense. And like I said, just looking forward to, the opportunities to be able to line it up with, whoever it is, and hopefully it swings our way and we can come out on top for sure.
Where do you get that mentality from? Of we don't care who you are, we're gonna schedule top dog. We're gonna see what they got.
I mean, that just come with just being the man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in the world, like you don't know what, life is gonna life. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to stand tall in the paint, especially when you got kids. I'm a girl dad, you know what I'm saying? I got girls, man. So everybody looks at me in my household to be the one to make it happen. So guess what, man? That mentality, you know what I'm saying, is basically, brought about from a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we're gonna do whatever it takes, however it takes, against whoever. You know what I'm saying? It's just being confident, man. And like I said, we want the respect. Like we want to be, placed in some of those categories as a top program. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can be a little bulletin board material when they look over you or you on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? Because like winning is hard, but we've been consistently, not only, putting the wins together and, doing what we need to do, but we've been putting guys into schools and then they're going into those schools and they're playing, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's something that I'm proud of as well. You know what I mean? Like we're sending football players, and that right there alone, serves as motivation for my guys when they're looking at the guys that came before them, like that can be me. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, And another thing that I think that works in our favor is like we play them young. You know what I mean? Like if you can play football, man, we're gonna put you in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what better way to get the experience is versus playing in the game. You know what I'm saying? So like experience is the best teacher. You learn your lessons throughout the games. You know what I'm saying? Practice is just preparation. But like I said, man, we do a good job of scouting opponents, man. And just try to get out there and coach, man. Like a lot of people kind of, think we can't coach or, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So then we try to go out there and knock one of them big dogs off. And like I said, and having that success in the past, I ain't gonna lie, man, it can be an adrenaline rush. You know what I'm saying? So we like the feeling of being the underdog until they sneak up on you for sure.
Period. All right, Coach. Tell us what you got coming up, man. I know spring. I know you can drop that spring schedule. Last year we seen you at a paddock camp. So
Yep, definitely. Yep, we'll be going back to McEachern again to the paddock camp June 18th. This will be our third year going there. There's been some quality work there. I think that pays dividends for us. You know what I'm saying? There's always some good competition there. But definitely spring ball is coming up. You know, like I said, we've been in the lab getting it together. You know what I'm saying? You know, getting the philosophy down, trying to figure out which way we're going to attack and which way we're going to be preventive on defense. So, you know, like I said, everything it changes, you know what I'm saying, every year based upon your personnel. So I do have a good group of kids, you know what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to, you know, us all being together. Like I said, I got a couple of guys doing different things right now, you know what I'm saying. So once we get everybody up under the same, you know what I'm saying, umbrella, man, you know, I think it's going to be some magic that's going to be made out of Columbia this year for sure.
For sure. You mentioned a little bit, Coach, about track. What impact has that had on your kids and obviously their talent level and to be able to perform at a high level on the field?
Man, definitely, you know, working on always trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, and explosive. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, track is obviously translated to, you know what I'm saying, football success. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the game has become so analytical now. You know what I'm saying? It's a numbers game. So, you know, we try to have the numbers match the actual play. So, like I said, when the coaches flip on the film, you know, it won't be nothing that's fluff. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in being transparent. Like I said, it's a method to the madness. You know, we've had a pretty good track team as well over the last few years. Our track coaches have you know, bought into not only their own philosophy, but what's best for the kids as well. So just, you know, I'm just excited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a couple of guys just the first year running track. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we just trying to just pull out the different stops of everything or whatever it's gonna take to get over that hump, man. And if you got to be stronger and you got to be faster. So those are two of the key components that you need.
Period. All right, Coach. We get a little personal with you, man. That's personal stuff. Who coaches the black man? Who's been your biggest mentor in your process of where you are? We don't usually have that, Coach, so I gotta ask you because you know it's tough for us even like to find mentors. I know Bacon recently kind of found one, but I haven't found one yet.
Man, I'm gonna be honest, man. I got a couple different guys that I can call on, man, and that's the blessing because you know in this industry that we're in, man, you know, real gonna always recognize real. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to be true to yourself and be transparent because it's a lot of flaw that goes in within this business. So, you know, Dr. Brian Montgomery has been somebody, you know, I coached with him and he's, you know, one of the coordinators down at the for the districts, you know what I'm saying? So he's somebody, Dr. Phil McCreary, our basketball coach, you know what I'm saying? I call on him for a lot of things. And believe it or not, man, you probably won't believe this, man. But man, Pluto, man, Future himself, you know what I'm saying? Like he's somebody that I can, you know what I'm saying, lean on, send a message to, you know, he'll shoot me a message back just to kind of keep me motivated. And I look at somebody who's on a legendary run, you know what I'm saying? If he can be humble and take advice and, you know what I'm saying, do certain things and keeping his family first, man. So I kind of admire that about him. So I think if he can do it on that level, I can do it on this level too.
So, Coach, kind of fun question. when you're not obviously you know with your daughters, when you're not obviously you know going through plays and coaching, Coach, what do you like to do to just keep that kind of reset a little bit?
I like to spend time at the house, man. Like I said, man, you know, I like to travel too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And my wife been with me since day one. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to, you know, make time to appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a grueling time. Like I said, we spend a lot of time away from my family. So anytime, like, you know, we have the dead weeks or if I have a quick practice or something, like, you know, I just enjoy the family life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm easy to please, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give me a steak. You know what I'm saying? Turn the TV on, man, and we can talk all night. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's the small things, bro. You know, like I said, in this business, man, the great coaches are selfless. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just make sure you treat everybody right, especially your loved ones, man, and give them that time, man, and they'll be able to let me work and the results to speak for themselves.
Period. All right, Coach. Give us the best food spots on the east side.
Hey man, it depends on, you know, what type of taste you got. You know what I'm saying? I keep it clean. I just say this. I know the Hawks got the Magic City, you know what I'm saying, night coming. So the lemon pepper wings are also good. Fletcher's, man, that's a neighborhood spot, man, that I like to go to. You know what I'm saying? It's it's in the cab. He's been open for years, man. I like to go in there and take my coaches and just kind of unwind a little bit. Louisiana Seafood, which is right up the street from the school, like they have kind of adopted the Columbia wave, man. They got all the kind of t-shirts and stuff in there. I'm not gonna say another neighboring school that's close by, but they try to put a shirt or two in there. But this is the Columbia wave, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, it's all good, man. But it's several spots to go to, man. But Fletcher's and Hungry AF, you know what I'm saying? They do a lot of sponsoring for me. I got to shout them out, you know what I'm saying? They do a lot for my team, you know what I'm saying? The one on Keller, you know what I'm saying? So I spend a lot of time in there too, you know what I'm saying? Going in there and getting a pregame meal for the squad. So they do a good job for me too, for sure.
All right, Coach, you gave us some good spots. Now you didn't mention Pluto.
For sure.
Who the best artists, Coach? Who your favorite artist?
Man, I'm a little old school, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's forever changing. Like, there's a couple of new cats that I like. I don't be knowing their name as well, but they got the bops going in the weight room like the boys, you know what I'm saying? But Pluto, of course, I'm an Outkast guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? UGK.
We stacks.
Ghetto Mafia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? I like Lil Baby. You know what I mean? Like, it's a couple of cats that I like. I don't want to mess nobody's name up. If you mumble the song, I gotta be like, oh yeah, I know that one. You know what I'm saying? But I stick with what I know. You know what I'm saying? I stick with what I know.
Okay.
Y'all funny, man. Go ahead, these artists out here tripping on me, man. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta bring a little laugh to the show.
Yeah. Hey, look. So look, we trying to go to the J. Cole concert when he comes in July. Like that album just dropped.
J. Cole is another one who's cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest. So look, like J. Cole is kind of similar to Columbia. You know what I'm saying? He's a well-known unknown. You know what I'm saying? He's a well-known unknown that's an underdog. But if you put that mic in front of him or whoever, he's gonna assassinate whoever, like that boy Cole. So I can see a correlation between J. Cole and Columbia High School. I rock with that.
Put on a t-shirt, man.
I rock with that. I like that. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Even though Pluto is nothing bigger than the bird, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The grain.
I want to mess nothing, but he did feature the album, but I wear large.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna have to get y'all guys to come do a live in person, at a practice or something. That might be something dope. And then that way I'll make sure I have some gift for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
That would be an honor. Yes, sir.
Sorry, man. That would be an honor. Go ahead, Bacon. I was like, you want to ask Coach some questions?
Oh yeah, man. Let me acknowledge Coach first. You know what I mean? Coach Serb, Coach Carmichael of Jonesboro was in the chat on IG.
Oh, that's my guy.
I said, yes, sir. He said, my boy, Coach Gray. I had, had to throw Coach in there.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, man, Sir, man, that dude there, man, he's an awesome guy. Like I said, I had an opportunity. He actually worked at Columbia. You know what I'm saying? So the head coach at Jonesboro, you got a real one because I tried to steal him every year he was there. You know what I'm saying? And he's extremely loyal to his program, what he's been doing. And like I said, Jonesboro has been putting kids out day in and day out. And he's another coach that I communicate with, in regards to, recruiting, you know what I'm saying? And, he does a good job of, he's even, doing things on his personal page to try to just give the game of how to get recruited, man. Like a lot of people, they gatekeep, man. They don't like to share information and things of that nature. Like to me, like those are the coaches that, are I'm not gonna say they're successful or not, but my philosophy is not that. You know what I'm saying? I believe in working together. Like I said, you got to be selfless and not selfish in this industry, especially if you're about the kids, because that's who we're serving at the end of the day.
No, absolutely. I'm gonna try to drop a jewel on you, Coach, and we're gonna let you say anything. I was telling this to Coach Dixon, I think it's time for schools to kind of start their own YouTube page, right? You know what I mean?
Man, I like to use social media as a tool, you know what I'm saying, because that's what it is, you know what I'm saying. But as a coach, man, we got to tread light and kind of watch what we say because it's so much politics in it, you know what I'm saying? And what we say carries a lot of weight. So, I think it's a good thing, you know what I'm saying? If it's, out of respect and it's clean, you know what I'm saying? I think that, coaches can interview other coaches, you know what I'm saying? And really kind of talk about the real, because like, if you really want to know, man, there's a lot of coaches that be running, man. You like, they don't be really want to compete, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I guess I won't speak on that. That goes back to what you just saying. Like it's a lot of real information that is withheld from the fans because of our positions. You know what I'm saying?
Well, even if it's more kids in it, like how I mean, you gotta get creative, right? Because people, you got content creators coming out doing the highlights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how I kind of separated myself, I'm giving behind. I'm finding my way in the locker room, getting the pregame speech. Like, I'm gonna tap in the bacon. So if you can figure out a way to differentiate yourself, like, why are we coming to watch Columbia high school football YouTube? And if you figure that out, you know what I mean, monetize your YouTube. That's an extra $200. You look at that'd be an extra $800. This off you just putting out content on the kids or whatever.
Man, I say this, man, and I'm gonna give him some props, man. The head coach of Freedom Middle School, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but he's got a couple of blogs and a couple of it's like a docu-series that he's been doing. I thought that was super cool, because I've never really seen it before. You know what I'm saying? So, he's actually, and I'm just kind of watching from afar and just kind of seeing, the legs that it's going to grow, because I think it's a good thing, because a lot of people really want to be behind the scenes and see, like, okay, like you just said, why do I want to cover Columbia football? Why do I want to play for that coach? You know what I'm saying? But if they have that access to kind of see you behind the scenes, how you do with your day-to-day operations, you know what I'm saying? I think that'll do nothing but help, enhance the program. So I think that's a great idea. But we just got to tread lightly with some of the topics that we talk about, and because everything is so sensitive.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like it's really not a safe space to really say what you really want to say for real. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Yeah, sure. Well, I just what I'm saying. Got to go, man. I hope you know what I mean. I get your point though, Coach.
I like that though. I like that way. Anytime, just hit me up. So we can rap. You know what I'm saying? Should I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We definitely want to do that. You know what I mean? As we come to a close, Coach, the floor is yours, man. They have anything to say, anybody to shout out? You know what I mean?
Man, definitely want to shout out my coaches, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to shout out everybody at Columbia High School, 2106. We here, man. Nothing is bigger than the birds. Y'all know that. Want to, salute, wish luck to both the girls and the boys in the Elite Eight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the only two programs in the cab that have both teams still available, but still that's active in the playoffs. Looking forward to what we're doing in the spring and for the season, man. And it's a better time to be an Eagle, man, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Every time, man. That's the gentleman. This is Coach Greg.
I appreciate y'all too for the opportunity, man, for sure, man. Like I said, always grateful for the opportunity to get on here and just kind of chop it up and talk a little bit about, my program and what we've been doing over here, man. So thank y'all, gentlemen, too. And salute to y'all in the program. And as soon as I drop my my graphic, man, hey, I want to know. Hey, look, just because we tight, man, tell me the truth, man. I got thick skin, bro. I can handle it. Tell me the truth. You think we're going to go 10-0? You know what I'm saying? 8-8 and whatever. I want to see it. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're thinking.
All right, Coach. Hey, look. Before I call, let us close. I got you. I'm gonna keep it real. Don't be mad at me now.
No, man. Listen, never that, bro. Listen, man. Like I said, you was one of the first ones to give me an opportunity to get on the media platform and say about my program. So, like, anytime it's talking about Columbia, good or bad, man, like, we're gonna take it with a grain of salt. We're gonna keep pushing, bro.
Facts. Well, Coach, you are considered family now, man. So, look, whenever you want to speak your piece on the show, keep it real. You know where to come, Coach.
I appreciate that, gentlemen, for sure, man. Thank y'all again for having me on, man. And like I said, anything I can do for y'all, man, y'all just holler at me too.
We got you, Coach. Exactly. See you soon.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.
You too, Coach.
Coach Barnett, man. Appreciate him coming on the show, man. Esteemed guest, like I said, man. He family now.
Definitely.
We definitely gonna have more during the season, man, to come on and speak the piece about Columbia. I think they're gonna be good this year. I gotta look at the full schedule.
10-0.
Wait to drop that. Can't wait to drop that. I ain't gonna come in yet. I can't wait to drop that. So, Coach, I know you're still in the background. Send it to me as soon as you release it. We'll do it. But we got the next guest in the building. Coach,
Yes, sir. There he is.
Looking like that, coach. Come on now. Come on now.
Chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. How y'all doing tonight?
Can't complain, man.
What should we call you? We'll make sure, I got Dr. Ryan Andrews on the back. I'll make sure I call you the right name. I know we cool. I know you mess with us,
man. I don't, man. Listen, man. I put doctor in front of it because it's what everybody tell me I'm supposed to do since I got my doctorate. Anything besides Mr. Andrews, I'm good. I ain't quite ready to be Mr. Andrews yet, so.
Okay.
Coach Andrews,
age coach.
Andrews, I'm good either way, man.
Okay.
Call him Doc. Doc.
Yeah, I gotta call him
I'm
Doc.
good either way, man. Happy to be here, man.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely.
So how you feeling, Coach? We'll give you the floor first when we ask you a question, man. How you feeling? Just everything. First off, tell the people everything you do because you got your doctorate. You want to see what you do a lot of stuff. Tell people a little background on you, man. You got a lot of things going.
The short background, man, I'm the son of a coach, man. My father coached at Fulton High School back in the 80s. Then he coached at Clark Atlanta. So I've been on the sideline literally since I was about 3 years old. Grew up on the South Side in College Park. I'm a South Side baby. Went to Banneker High School. Went to college at Tennessee Chattanooga.
UTC.
Fresh out of graduation, I took like a year off trying to do some entrepreneur stuff, man. And I was coaching, but I wasn't in the school system. And then 2008, I was at the school. The head coach at Barnett at the time, Benny Crane. I guess something happened. A position just opened up in the middle of the school year. Coach, you want to get into school? Cool, let's go. And at that time, I'm 23, 24. Kind of looked at what Perils was getting paid, and I was like, nah, I can't do that. So I went back to school, got my master's, became certified in teaching. And from that point on, man, I just been coaching, mentoring kids, man, and doing some of everything, like you say, mostly in the sports world, man. I've known Cam since he was probably 8-9 years old. So that once he got into the league and he started C1N, I ended up joining C1N in like 2014. So Cam's two best friends are two of my closest friends also. And both of them are on the college level now. Addison Williams, I guess in the training world, you can call him my first client. He was at Banneker, ended up going to Westlake, went to South Carolina out of high school. He went right into coaching. He's now the defensive back coach at Nebraska. And then Deshaun Lawrence, he works in the front office at Central Florida. So those two are, so that's the C1N connection. But for me, man, I'm just a ball coach, man. I don't look at nothing I do as different, special. I do what I feel is right. Sometimes that's against the grain, but I just do what I feel is right. This is year 18, about to go into year 18 in coaching, but I've probably been training kids since I was 19. Like when I came home from college over the summer, I would be, like say, Addison and Deshaun are some of the first guys that, along with Kevin Pope, who coaches at Clark and coached at Hateville for a long time. He actually coached me in high school. So me and him, before it was popular to train and before it was popular to do the things that are going on now, me and him were doing those things back in 2004. So yeah. I was a sophomore in high school. a sophomore in college. And so, I've been around a long time. I just, as y'all saw this weekend, man, I kind of try to stay out the way, stay in the shadows, man, as best I can. It don't always work that way, but that's why for people in the industry, they know who I am. But that's probably why the average follower or average fan don't really know, and I'm good with that, honestly. But I try to stay way in the back.
1,000%, coach. So I want to ask, obviously, you talked about that. Can you, I don't want to speak too much on Cam. This will be my only question on him, and that's what I'm talking about the C1N program. But can you talk about just, him not, I mean, he could have easily, he got big like that. He could have, forgot about you, but since he was 8 or 9, just talk about that aspect of Cam people don't know about, just that loyalty aspect.
And I'm not saying he's not loyal. I wouldn't even call it loyalty. Cam is a guy, man. When you are a guy of that stature, man, it's hard to find people that don't care that you're that guy of that stature.
Got it.
And so when you look at our staff, even when you go back through the maturation of our staff, it's always been people that somebody in his circle can vouch for, or the coaches got on, we could vouch for that person. It's never, some random off the street. It's never some, he could have got NFL people, but a lot of NFL people aren't, as committed to that as he is. Like, people don't understand, like, he's at every practice, like every practice, every tournament. He just recently stopped coaching 2 teams. Up until maybe 2022, 2023, he was coaching both our 15U and our 18U program. So I would just say people, I don't think people, they listen, but they don't really listen. And he says something on all of his platforms that I don't think people really catch, which is this is just entertainment. And so a lot of the viral clips you get from him, man, it's just that. It's entertainment for him. But I tell people, like I said, I know you said we're not going to turn this into him, but the best way to describe him, I would say, is an introvert extrovert. When he has to put it on,
he can,
and he has to kind of that bravado and that energy, he will. But if somebody could ever sit him down and like really get him to say what he really enjoys doing, that man don't really like being in the spotlight like that. Like he rather, like, if he could coach 7-on-7 and no cameras outside of the ones that document C1N were around, he would be fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably the biggest misconception about him. He really don't like the attention. He really don't. That's why you've never, in what he went in the league in 2011, you probably can Google his name and you will rarely see a picture of him in the club, at a party. That's just not him. So I think for him is just about people being around him because of what he stands for and what he wants, and not people trying to attach himself to the Cam Newton brand. And like I say, when you look at our coaching staff, man, Pope, if we haven't been around him, we've been around the family. His dad, Cecil Jr., the older brother, even Kalen, the younger brother. There's a connection somewhere there. Or there's a connection to another coach like Coach Lou, who coaches the defense. That's through me and Pope vouching for him. Now he's been around 4 or 5 years now and is an integral part in how we operate. Even the support staff is people that's been around since 2010, 2011. We don't, like, to us, he's a normal person. You know what I'm saying? It's to the outside world that's, oh my God, so I think he values being normal. You know what I mean? And I think that's why most of us are still around.
Right. Okay. Got it, coach. Now let me ask you this: the recruiting process of how you get players. We was out there. I'm not gonna reveal what we seen. You know what I'm saying? When you gave us that exclusive invite to see you guys in the tryout. I'm not revealing that. Nobody needs to know that. You know what I'm saying? But how do you guys dictate, okay, that player is going to be on our team? Because it was one player that did kind of blow up a little bit. Not saying he's a big-time recruit, but Aiden Meitzer really stood out. You know what I'm saying, at the camp practice tryout. How do you guys go about? Okay, yeah, he's on my roster.
So contrary to what people would say, man, 90% of our 18U comes through our 15U program. I would tell anybody, if you really want to get in our program, you go play 15U. So when you look at our team now, for example, contrary to what OT7 said last year about Derek Baker being handpicked, no, he wasn't. Derek Baker, Amari Stevens, Lorenzo Barber, I'm sorry, not Booker, Barber, all played on our 15U team. Look at that team now, and I'm probably forgetting Darius Carter played on our 15U team. Kamari Dorsey played on our 15U team. Caleb Cooper played on our 15U team. Emerson Lewis played on our 15U team. I know I'm forgetting some people, but like all of those kids played on our 15U team. And so, you pull up that roster right there. Chance Thomas played on our 15U team. Like the majority of our roster comes from our 15U team. And Coach Trent, I will give him all the credit in the world. Coach Trent, who's the offense coordinator at Creekside, he does a heck of a job of identifying young talent. And all we do from there is, where are our holes? All right. We may have lost 3 kids that just decided they don't want to play 7-on-7 no more, or 3 kids that decided maybe C1N is not for them, and that's fine too. They go decide to play for somebody else. What have you. But then we just go pick, and again, contrary to popular belief, we don't. If you take Kamari off of our team, I don't know if we have a kid on our team that's ranked in the top 100 in the country.
Mari ain't top 100?
Right. I was just about to ask that. Nick Lanier?
Nick ain't locked in yet.
Okay.
He played with us this weekend, but I'm just like, but I don't know if Amari Stevens is top 1. Like if I look at Rivals top 100, I don't know if Amari is in that. I don't know if Baker is in that. Like these are guys that's committed to Power 4 schools. So I'm not saying, they're not great kids. So Amari is 1. Okay, so 2. But you know what I mean? Like we don't get, like, people swear we're full of like 12 top 100 recruits, and
no, Coach, he was right. Amari's not.
Amari's not. Yeah, so
Amari's not. It's not considered top 100.
Right.
Not him, barely top 300. Looks like. So you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And Amari's a heck of a player. My point is, for us, the core of our team always comes from our 15U, and then we just go. We have our tryouts, and we get what we can get from our tryouts, and I think what has happened with us over the years, to be honestly, I think because there's this narrative that we handpick our team, we don't get a lot of kids to try out like we used to, and we really don't handpick our team. We literally, like Cam, y'all was there, so Cam would tell them, like, we will replace the whole team.
Yeah, we will.
Like we will, but kids don't think that way. So, we don't get a lot of kids to try out like people would think we would, but we do get quality to try out. So, you talk about a kid like Aiden Mintzer, like nobody, like Milton knows who he is, but like from a national standpoint,
no,
nobody had a clue who he was. And then he goes out there and he wins a couple of reps against KD, and it's like, wait, whoa, who is this kid? And that's really the part for us. Yes, winning is cool, but from a C1N standpoint, that's the part that's dope for us, for a kid like a Aiden Mintzer or a Lorenzo Barber, who pretty much won sevens for us yesterday. with timely catches and people worried about everybody else. And like you take a kid like Lorenzo, this is year 5 for him in our program.
Wow.
So it's like, he's from Detroit, Michigan. You know what I mean? So we figure him out. If you fit, you fit. And again, that's another kid that played in our 15U program. Like Zoe's from our 15U program. So, that's typically how we do it.
All right, one more. I know Bacon want to get in here. I want to ask you. So I want to go real quick right back to the 18U roster. So, what is your stance, Coach, on some of these players I'm about to mention? Right? Do you guys, let's say they want to go play with another team? Are they off the team? Like, how does that work? Like key examples. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples, Coach. Casey Barnett, he played with MTFK Spartans. KJ Caldwell, obviously, he played with Paradise City this past week. We didn't see Chance Gilbert. I know this was obviously 11 weeks ago, but I'm just curious, like your stance on that.
So for us, like the kids you've named specifically, they haven't played a snap for us this year. Those are all dope kids, all talented kids, and all kids that are anybody would love to have them on their roster. So you take Casey Barnett. Casey played with us last year. So at the time we had tryouts, he was hurt. So yeah, you put him on the list. He makes the decision to play elsewhere. Cool. We have no problem with that. We shoot. I hugged Casey probably 3 times Sunday. You know what I mean? Like we don't operate like that, man. KJ Caldwell, he's another one. I taught his sisters at Shiloh High School. So
wow.
It ain't no, you know what I mean? It ain't no issues. Like and then we travel light too. So like when we go on the road trip, we might carry 16 kids. Might. You know what I mean? If Cam feeling nice. But at most we carrying 15. So that's 9 on defense and 6 on offense. Like he don't even carry an extra receiver on offense because his thing is if you make this team, you're getting all the reps. I don't want nobody sitting on the sideline pouting, talking about they ain't playing. I don't want like none of that. So we travel real lean, and so some of those kids, they never played a snap for us this year, and that's fine. Some of them, played for other teams that are more suited to their actual high school team. So they might be playing with a team that has a lot of their high school teammates, which I think that is dope. That was something I was going to mention tonight. I think a lot of high school coaches look at 7-on-7 wrong. I'm a high school coach. Don't get me wrong. There is some terrible stuff about 7-on-7. Listen, I'd be the first one to tell you. That's why I don't coach anymore, or I try not to. Let me say that. That's why I kind of stay on the operation side of it. There's a lot wrong with Club 7v7. I will be the first person to say that. But I think if I'm at a school that has a budget, and I put my kids all on the same team, I get my 8th grade coach because he's not affiliated with the high school. So you can't accuse me of breaking rules. And as many tournaments that come to Atlanta throughout the season, all right, cool. Y'all want to play 7-on-7? Cool. We're going to run our stuff. We're going to get better at doing what we do. And I'm going to embrace this culture. If I'm at a program that got the money, like I ain't going to sit, complain about it. But every year, around this time, you get the complaints. You get it ain't real. I ain't never had a college coach ask me for 7-on-7 film, and I be wanting so badly to tell the truth, but I got so much respect for my college friends that coach ball that I consider, I won't even say friends. I just got respect for what they do. But my rebuttal to that is there's some truth to that, but there's also another side to that. College coaches might not be checking for that team's roster. They check for for this roster. Or do they check for this roster? They check for who's doing what on this roster. Like, I ain't telling you something I'm assuming. I'm telling you something I know. There's a kid right now and in college football that is a 3-year starter that will make a substantial amount of money this year. That as a freshman, we went to Myrtle Beach. He made an unbelievable catch and dominated that tournament at 15U. And by the time we got on the bus from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, back to Atlanta, Georgia, he had 5 offers and hadn't played a down of varsity football.
It's a game changer.
And that kid ended up going P4. That kid ended up being all conference. And so it's who and how they run their program. And I think that's the most important thing that high school coaches have to kind of examine with this. Yes, the coach is bad. Listen, I wholeheartedly agree. Some of the stuff that goes on at these tournaments is egregious. It's like, what are we doing, bro? Like what are we doing? But there's some good to it if you can get to a good program. There are some, it's just like anything else, man. There's good and bad to everything. There's some bad high school coaches out here and some bad high school programs. It's just the nature of life. Like, there's good and bad in everything. So, instead of complaining about it, you find the good and make it, make it do what it do. So
that was a lot, Coach. I ain't gonna lie, you pretty much gave the sermon, and we passing the plates right now.
And I try not to go on tangents, man, but there's so much good in our game, man. I just get tired of going on Twitter and when I say the game, I'm talking about high school football. There's so much good in our game, especially in the state of Georgia, man. And you just get tired of seeing. Like, I can tell you what time of year it is by the arguments that take place on social media.
That's a fact.
Like, I can tell you it is the month of January when I start seeing, I'd rather see my kids running track than doing 7-on-7. I'm with you, big fella. I'm with you. But again, at what point do we stop complaining about this every year? And we just figure out how to make it work for you. Like, we got on our team, we have kids that run track. And you know what we tell them when they say they have a track meet? Go run track. We practice on Sunday for that very reason. If a kid tells his coach, I'm kind of tight, man, I ran yesterday, cool. Sit down. Like, sit down. We not, again, I only can speak for what we do on that side of it. We're not here for the foolishness. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to tell people put a stamp on it when you be addressing this stuff, because we don't operate like that. Don't miss nothing with your high school messing with us. And if you do, you better make sure you told your high school coach the truth and he good with it. But don't come blaming us for nothing.
Nah, facts. So I want to ask you this, Coach. My perception of high school football to 7-on-7 is high school football maybe a little more A to Z and getting scholarship. 7-on-7 does that too, but it maybe increase your NIL value. You know what I mean? Is that a fair assessment?
I think it's all of that. I think so. As a high school coach, let me speak on this side of it. I coach high school football. Like I said, this is going into year 18 for me. I've been anything from a head coach to a defensive coordinator to the guy that washes laundry. Even as a head coach, I wash laundry. You know what I'm saying? So I've done just about everything you can on the high school side besides win the state championship, right? Mm-hmm. I think when you're talking about recruiting from a high school standpoint, especially now. You have to have honest, transparent conversations with parents and kids, and but with that, you have to have an understanding of how this process goes now. So if you don't have a Power 4 kid, you have to understand your recruiting will not. If I'm in the class of 2027, if I'm not Power 4 or G5, I probably won't start getting recruited until November. And that's if I'm a bona fide football player. Because the reality now is that kid that would squeak into a lower level P4 5 years ago, that kid is going G5 now.
Mm-hmm.
And that bona fide G5 kid is now going FCS. So all the FCS schools that are recruiting high schools are doing is waiting for all these guys that got all these early offers in the spring that think they think they can commit to Texas right now, and they can't. That's all, the Tennessee Chattanoogas, the Furmans, the Georgia Southerns, even though they're G5, but that's all those schools are waiting on. And so what happens now, everybody else gets pushed back. So if you're not a kid that's going to tear up the camp circuit, but you're really good at football, you have to understand your process ain't going to start to November or December. Like, that's just a fact. And as high school coaches, you have to understand that, like, we know what it is at this point. It's not changing. It's not changing. It's never going back to where people are signing 25 high school kids again. It's never going back. It sucks. It hurts. It's frustrating, but it's never going back. So again, do we figure out how to navigate this, or do we every December and every February go on Twitter and complain about how this process is not fair to the high school kid anymore? It's just what it is. And then there's also some old school elements to it from a high school coach that we got to get back to. Get your butt on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Dead period is over Friday. Load up a van and get on the road. You know what I mean? Go get on the road, because a lot of these schools, especially the ones in the Midwest that would love to take a kid from the South, they don't offer them because they like, will he come? Like, I don't know if he'll come to North Dakota State because he got to pass so many schools.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the other part. I think we just got to start thinking outside the box of where we sell our kids to. Like, you might have to save $200, $300, $400, $500, and take that kid on a recruiting trip to Idaho. Go see the Vandals. They'll take them, but they don't have the budget to come to Atlanta, because Atlanta ain't a pipeline for them. So why am I gonna spend $10,000-$20,000 of my recruiting budget to spend 2 days in Atlanta when I don't even know if that kid knows where Idaho is, let alone will come to school up there.
Right.
Or, and I say it, take your butt to some HBCUs. Yes, I know the way they recruit, I know it gets frustrating. Listen, I be on their butts. I get it. They don't pick up the phone. They don't return. But that P4 don't pick up the phone either. So don't, you know what I mean? Go take your butt to these HBCUs. Go see them. Go force the issue with them. Like, we know they don't have the budgets to recruit. So you gonna have to go see them if you really talking about getting your kids in school. And then I think from the 7-on-7 side, man, again, I think we got too many people in the 7-on-7 space that are in it for the wrong reason. They think they're gonna make a buck, and they're not. And because they think they're gonna make a buck, they're not trying to develop real relationships with kids or college coaches. They're trying to sell these kids, especially now because, college coaches, it is what it is. I probably get in trouble for saying this, but we know what's going on. They are willing to deal with the middleman to get the kid on campus now. So you got people jumping in 7-on-7 so they can be the middleman because school A is willing to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just to get them on campus. But you're not really helping that kid, you know what I mean? And that's really the issue. So I think, like, for us, we try, when we go out of town, we try to visit at least one school if our schedule allows it. So like when we go to OT7 in a few weeks, my connect at TCU left, so I got to get another one. But 1 week we in Dallas, I want to get us to TCU campus. Another week we in Dallas because we got to go 3 weeks for OT7. I want to go to SMU, and even I'm forget my ignorance. I don't know all the smaller schools in Texas or in the Dallas area, but we'll go to the smaller schools too. Because like a kid, like we was talking about earlier, Lorenzo Barber, TCU probably won't take him. And I know somebody here to say that's not even near Dallas. I don't know, but like Stephen F. Austin, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's near Dallas, but my point is Stephen F. Austin might take him. You know what I mean? Something like that. Sam Houston State might take him, but if we can get to, those smaller schools that are around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, we'll go there, like I say, if the schedule permits it. And so that's what you have to do, man. You got to remember why you in this business, man. We in the kid business. You know what I mean? And if you ain't about kids, bro, you doing this for the wrong reasons.
Coach Rance in the chat.
That's my guy, man. Rance, that is my dude, dog. That's my dude, man. That's my dude for real.
Pastor, I told you, Coach. Hey, congregation like this. They got the fans look like this.
That's it. I mean, Najeh said, "Speak your truth." I told him I could do it a little bit. Some of it get me bad, but but I tell as much professional truth as I could tell. I could, I don't.
What we want.
Like I told him, man, ask me anything, man. I ain't.
Well, let's go JUCO. You know what I mean? I talked to some coaches or some players. You know what I mean? Like, this kid can go G5, low D2, whatever, but they go JUCO. You know what I mean? They may get the same type of development, and they also putting some money in his pocket. And they not doing that at the school. That's a little more name brand. That's not D1. So what's your opinion on that?
See, everything has changed, man.
Yeah.
And so even JUCOs, like I think when high school coaches say they're frustrated, it's that. So even the JUCO is getting out the portal. They looking for all D1 bounce backs. You know what I mean? Like every level with deception, well, even NAIA with deception of D3, every level has put high school kids
on the back burner.
Like, let me try to go get these type of kids first. And that's the tough part. Now, I will call high school kids to the carpet now, though, because part of the issue we have in high school is because our kids are impatient. You don't want to go nowhere and sit 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't want to go nowhere and sit 1 year and then be the guy the following year.
Yeah.
Or you go somewhere small, you have one good year, and instead of trying to put together 2 good years and then go get your money, you get one good year. You catch 36 passes at UTC, and you think you're supposed to go get $500,000 from UGA. And so if you're UTC, what value do I have in recruiting a high school kid? Because the one that's got to sit, they're going to jump in the portal because they're getting bad advice. And then the one that plays and balls is going to jump in the portal because they're getting bad advice also. So this recruiting thing, man, is crazy. I would tell the kid to go to JUCO, but I also would tell JUCO, y'all got to get back into high schools. Like, if anybody needs to get back into high schools, it's JUCOs. Because that is really how you keep your program alive. It ain't enough D1 bounce backs, because especially now your D1 bounce backs, they're looking for money. Y'all ain't got the money to pay D1 bounce backs. The kid going from making $300,000, you offering them $5,000 and some free books. That ain't like, y'all got to get back down in this road and make some stuff shake. You know, and then the other part, I think the biggest thing about JUCO, man, is like, you take the state of Georgia, for example. I don't understand why we don't have more JUCOs. Well, it is the craziest thing in the world to me. Like, I think we might have 4 now, like Andrews College, I want to say. GMC, of course. And then I think it's like 2 more that just started not too long ago that are acting as JUCOs. We got plenty of club ball, but not JUCO. And my, like, even when I was coming out of high school, you know, I'm old now, but I think GMC might have been the only JUCO in the state of Georgia. That is wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it, football is expensive, but that's just wild to me. Like, and I that's the other part that's tough, because unless the rules have changed, I want to say Kansas JUCOs are only allowed like 12 out of state kids. Mississippi JUCOs are only allowed like 8 to 10. Yeah. And you know, if you're a Texas JUCO, what I'm coming to Georgia for? Yeah. You know, and California JUCOs are allowed more out of state, but you know, it's too far, and then a lot of them don't give full rides, and they got 8 jokers staying in a 4-bedroom apartment and trying to figure out how to pay rent. You know what I mean? It's just it's bad. Then Arizona shut down their JUCO, so it's just a bad it's just a bad thing right now, and I don't know what the answer is. Well, I do know what the answer is, but that's never going back. I think if you go back to one-time transfer, I think you slow that down. I think if you go back to some type of rules with transfers, meaning go back to in-conference transfers, got to sit out a year. You can transfer and be eligible, but you can't go from Georgia to Florida. And take your butt to Clemson, go to Florida State, go to NC State, but you can't go in the conference. I think if you kind of put them type of parameters in place, it'll slow some of that stuff down. I think the tough part for the NCAA right now is everybody getting them a hard time, but every time they try to enforce a rule, they get sued.
Literally. At the same level. Literally.
You know what I'm saying? Every time they try to enforce a rule, they try to keep grown men from playing with children, and people got a problem with it.
Yep. They call it basketball. Ridiculous.
You know what I mean? So, you know, you got that type of stuff going on, man. So, you know, you figure it out.
Now I want to ask you this before I throw back the knowledge, Coach. You know, obviously well connected. We know a lot. Well connected and well respected. Let me throw that in there. You know, you got a lot of knowledge. Now I remember we was talking to you at Carrollton for the practice. You was like, man, you know, I wish I would have, you know what I mean, stuck with the coach's thing and got to college. You know what I mean? Do you still kind of feel that way? Well, obviously, do you still feel like you can maybe go down that path, or what's your
I think I can get that path. I know I have a good enough relationship with probably 3 or 4 guys if they can maneuver their way to some head coaching jobs. I would have a shot. I think like I used to be like upset about it. And I'll be honest with you, I've had some opportunities in my career to go to college. I think people don't understand nobody gets paid in college but P4 coaches and select G5 coaches. So, you know, the opportunities that I had, the interviews I've had, you know, at the time, had I been single, I probably would have took them. But, you know, I was full-fledged into teaching. I got a wife. At that time, my last college interview I had, my son was on the way. So it was like, do I really want to take a $20,000-$30,000 pay cut just to say I'm a college coach?
Right. Yeah.
And it was just like it wasn't. Yeah, Mom. Some people say, "Man, bet on yourself. You'll be making X amount by now." Yeah, I could say that, but at the time I just didn't see it, and so there was a time, like I said, that I did regret it. But now it's like, man, I've impacted so many lives, man, coaching high school ball that I don't. You know, I probably missed the money, but I don't really miss the fact that I didn't have that opportunity, just because I see the impact I've had on lives over these 18 years, and I think that probably carries way more importance to me now I'll be 42 on Sunday, so now at 42 years old than probably when I was 30 and thinking like, man, I could be making this amount of money by now. And you know, it's about perspective. So, you know, our perspective now is, it is what it is.
Well said.
All right, Coach. I'm asking some nitty-gritty questions. Gotta have you share your take on the media. You ain't gotta say no names. You ain't gotta
What's
say no
up?
companies. But what is your take on the media? What do the media guys like me, Bacon, whoever is out there? What do we need to do better to help your kids, C1N, whoever it is, Coach, or just high school kids in general? What can we do better to help you think?
I'm gonna get in trouble, but I'm gonna say it. I think the media is partly responsible for all the transferring that takes place.
On high school, college, or both?
Specifically high school.
Okay.
You know, I talked about this and I say it again. Kamari Dorsey is the #1 safety in the country by most publications. He's the #1 or 2 player in the state of Georgia. And you were the only media person there covering his commitment. Like, I got a real problem with that. But if he was at any other school that people are normal or are accustomed to covering, we wouldn't be having that conversation. And so it's that stuff that I'm talking about. Like, right, wrong, and different. We are in a generation that loves the attention. And so they're going to go where the attention is. And I think a lot of the issues we have in the state of Georgia when it comes to kids transferring, it's not high school coaches doggone recruiting. Don't get me wrong. There are some that are, but it's not that. But when you look up and the same people are playing on GPB every week, the same schools got 10, 12 kids with offers. The same 10, 12 schools got, you know, Tom Lemming is calling them to come take pictures. And I have to double check, but I don't think Kamari was included in the photo shoot that Tom Lemon had in Georgia a few weeks ago.
Real Christian, yeah, I don't think he was.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he was.
That's a good point.
And maybe they reached out to him and he was busy. I could be wrong, but like that's an issue for me. And it's not just because it's Kamari, because I'm close to him, but it's Kamari is the case study that kind of supports my point. In like there was a time people was digging up under rocks, and put it like this: there was a time I had recruiting services at a midnight practice at Banneker High School.
Wow.
I had recruiting service rival Scout when Scout.com was in play. Like in College Park, Georgia.
Midnight.
At midnight.
Right.
Now, granted, we had players, but that wouldn't happen today.
No.
Like that wouldn't happen today. You know what I mean? And I think some of these kids, man, some of these programs just deserve better. Now, some of that is on the high school coach and being able to contact these people and have those relationships. I get that. Cool. I'm not saying, they're not completely, they're completely innocent in this, but I think we got to get back to it. And I know it's hard because we're in a digital world now. So everything's about clicks and traffic and well, you said it.
I said it.
Everything's about clicks and traffic. So I get that. And I understand that. I just think when you're in the kid business, man, I think we forget that. Like, they never hit me back, but I had a real issue with Rivals with the way they handled Kamari's announcement. I shared that when they posted his announcement date, they didn't tag anybody but Texas A&M writers. And at that time, I know for a fact, Kamari hadn't told the other schools he wasn't coming. Like he hadn't told them yet. So for you to post his commitment announcement, far as him saying, well, I'm committing on this day, but you only post or you only tag Texas A&M, that wasn't fair to Kamari. That wasn't fair to the other 4 schools that were finalists because he hadn't told them yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. Like it's like, man, we got to remember we in the kid business, man. Like if you cover high school sports, you are in the kid business. I get it. You have a job to do, and your job is predicated off subscriptions and traffic and all that stuff, but you're still in the kid business. You owe it to that kid to protect that kid, especially a kid that gives the interview whenever y'all ask for it. Like, I'm gonna keep harping specifically on that kid. He don't turn down interviews. He's respectful. He don't big time nobody. He don't like, he is that's who you want to cover. And that's how you treat him. You don't show up to his commitment announcement. You don't, you pretty much tell the world where he's going and take that moment from him. I got an issue with that. But if he went to those, as I call them, tier 1 schools in the state of Georgia, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Like we wouldn't. And so that when you ask that question, that's what it is, man. Just because that kid go to a school that you don't consider worth your time, don't mean you treat him like that. And that's any other kid. You know what I mean? Because again, we're in the kid business. So I would just, that's what I would say to the media. Remember, you're in the kid business. Like, these are still kids. I don't care how much money they making. I don't care what whatever. We are still dealing with kids and handle it as such. So, you know, that's my little spiel for that.
Period. Okay, coach. We'll leave that there. You've been around the game. You've seen a lot of game. You know when kids are going to kind of pop and things like that. What do you think it is, coach, that make a kid like, you know what, he's special? I know kids are bigger, faster, stronger now, coach, but what's that? Like certain kids got the it factor, coach. Some kids don't. They're good at it, so they're like, oh, this can make me some money. Well, what's that determining factor? You like, okay, this kid's the one. He could be it.
I think it's different for every kid, man. Because the talent is there, you know what I mean? But it's certain things in every kid that's just like, okay, that's what makes you different. So I give you two stories just from my experience with C1N. First one is Travis Hunter. All right. When Travis played for us, he had played for, kind of going back to that question you asked about kids playing for other teams. So Travis had played for two other dope, dominant 7-on-7 programs before he played for us that year. And then once he got with us, he pretty much, you know, stopped playing. I think he played in one more tournament with one of those teams, but he was locked in. At that time, that was the year after COVID, so that was 2021. We played in the Pylon Nationals out in Dallas. I don't know what we were thinking, but we took a bus. Well, they took a bus. I flew. I wasn't in the bus. But out of every kid on that team, if there was one kid that had the right to look at Cam and say, hey, you're flying me out here or I'm not playing, it was Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter rode a bus from Atlanta to Dallas and did not complain. Played his butt off. We won the Natty. Cam took the kids to Six. Literally, we left AT&T Stadium and went to Six Flags to celebrate. That was the first time Travis had ever been on a roller coaster. Wow. And that's all he could talk about. Like when we're getting ready to leave and everybody's either we're loading up the bus to go back or people going to the airport, all he's talking about is, man, I thank y'all. Man, I've never been on a roller coaster before. I've never. Oh, you're different. Mm-hmm. You're different. If other people, that's like, what's the big deal now? Because he could have easily said, bro, I'm not. Or he could have not been appreciative of going to Six Flags. Like, you live in Georgia. What you mean you've never been to Six Flags before? Right? The other kid, when I knew he was special, is Dante Moore. So what people don't know is the very, very first OT7 was in Las Vegas, and it was a partnership between C1N and Overtime.
I don't know that.
Correct. Wow. The very first one. In similar format, you get all the best teams out there. You know, we lost to South Florida Express in the finals. But here's when I knew Dante was different. So the way they had it that first year, they put all the teams in the same hotel. Dope experience. Mm. You get to play against each other, then you get to kick it at the hotel with each other. Dope experience. You're talking about, that's the year that Nico, Malachi Nelson, and Dante were the top three quarterbacks in the country, and all three were at OT7. Mm. So the way they did it that year, they put you on a bus. They put two teams on a bus to transport them to the field and back. Dante was the last kid to get off the bus every day. You know why?
He was cleaning.
He was cleaning the bus.
Wow.
So for me, it's that. Everybody sees the physical talent, but for me, it's the mindset of that makes those kids like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a different guy because you're not full of yourself, or you still want to work, or you still, so like you take a kid like Kamari knew he was good, but Kamari also was humble enough to know that he knew nothing. He was just out there playing off of God-given ability. And I remember, hey coach, can we get some work? But I ain't trained nobody in 7 years. Well, I don't do that no more. Nah, coach, I need to get some work. All right, bro. And then to watch him work. Like, you have kids that sham drills, that ain't Kamari. Kamari go through drills full speed, and then you wonder why it starts to translate. And we don't even get to work as much as we want to because he does so much. But it's those things where you find out like these kids are different. Shaq Wiggins years ago. Man, Shaq had an unbelievable work ethic, man. Unbelievable, man. Glenn Ford, who runs I Dare You, man. And I worked with Glenn with I Dare You, and just to watch Shaq work was like unreal. Like, it was unreal to watch Shaquille Wiggins work. You know what I mean? So it's those things, man, that you just kind of you zero in on, because again, everybody got talent, but what makes you different? And then when you start to see that, it's like, oh yeah, you're a different type of special. Like, you're a different kid. Like, to watch Justin Fields in 2017 go from a guy who everybody said, oh, he's just a runner, to, oh my God, he can throw the football. But to watch him work and watch him soak in everything, like you see it. You see it is unbelievable, man. And you just, it, like I say, it's different for everybody. The things that trigger, like for me, but for me it comes more, what is the neck up and what is your heart? Like, you talented, that's cool, but when I can see what's in your heart and what's in your brain, I can say, oh yeah, because as my dad used to say, if you're a fool without money,
you'll be a fool with money.
Oh boy, even bigger one. You know what I mean? So when I'm looking at kids, I'm looking at those things. The talent is the talent. But if you crazy and you ain't got no money, Lord have mercy.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
I'm gonna ask one more before I throw it back to Bacon. So, Coach, it's a personal question, but it's about obviously me and Bacon. To me, but why? I know obviously you appreciate what we did for Kamara and everything like that. But Coach, why did you take a chance on us? You could have easily, I could have got your number at the event. You could have, I'm saying, ghosted me. Yeah, he did cool. Let me not, I'm saying, allow him to come to my practice. Why do you continue to, I guess, trust us and allow us to be so involved with your process and your C1 in and be so kind of just close to you?
So I am real big on doing things for youngin, as I call them, youngins, that was not done for me. So all my old heads, and I didn't know no better because I wasn't raised by an old head from the coaching side of it. All my old heads expected me to know that I need to reach out to this person, that person, this person, that person, and kind of go sit up under them and get the tutelage that was necessary for my career to kind of take off. And so everything that I know from a high school coaching standpoint, let me backtrack. The foundation of everything that I know from a high school coaching standpoint, I learned through trial and error. I didn't work for, and I have much respect for every head coach I've worked for. So I don't, when this comes out, I don't want nobody to think that I don't have respect for Benny Crane. Benny Crane taught me recruiting. Benny Crane taught me the recruiting game. That's why I can, I can sell water to a well when it comes to recruiting. I learned that from Benny Crane. Tony Slayton taught me work ethic. He was the guy that taught me. He used to say, good, better, best. Until your good is better and your better is best, you keep working. So that's why I work the way I work. Ed Gosa taught me to be professional. Rest his soul, but he taught me to be professional. I remember my first game as a head football coach. I used to do this thing as an assistant. I wear my hat to the back. The guys come up right after pregame. I circle around. I jump on the pile. I remember I did that in our scrimmage game. Coach Gosa looked at me and said, "Hey man, you're a head coach now. You can't do that no more." So he taught me to be professional. Scott Burton at Marietta taught me organization. Like I didn't have a clue about organization until I worked for Scott. Like I knew what it was supposed to look like, but just didn't have a clue. But it wasn't until I got with Kareem Reed at Griffin that I actually learned how to run a program. And so and you're talking about by the time I got to Kareem, that was 2019. So you're talking about 11 years, 12 years of me coaching. Wow. And I never got a chance to work for someone that I never got a chance to work for Frank Stevens or Eric Parker or a Brian Lamar or who learned from Frank. You know what I'm saying? I never got a chance to work for those guys. You know what I'm saying? Joey King, Jess Simpson, Adele McGee. Like I never got a chance to work for those guys. Jimmy Smith at Cedar Grove. You know what I mean? I never got a chance to work for those guys. So my foundation is really trial and error. And so I always told myself, man, when I got an opportunity to kind of be the OG, that's what I was going to do. I wasn't going to expect guys to know to come talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, from a numbers standpoint, I haven't done anything in high school football for people to come talk to me and want to learn, so to speak. But I will say a lot of your favorite coaches talk to me. And I'll leave it at that. And so for me, I didn't want to be the guy that people had to seek. I wanted to be the guy. And I know some people say there's something about being mysterious or whatever, but I didn't want to do that. So, I was in this game, like Jamie Newberg covered me in high school, and his brother is now covering recruiting, you know what I'm saying, Josh Newberg. Mm-hmm. And then, Rusty and Chad and Kip Adams, all those guys when I was at Banneker, they did me a solid by covering Banneker. And granted, we had players, but, they covered them. And so for me, it was, man, when I see guys that are out here actually trying to do right and not just search seek out the big story, or not just post stuff for the sake of posting because they know it's going to create controversy. It was like, man, everybody, and then the other part, everybody don't want to cover us. You know what I mean? Like they don't, because they feel like, or in the past, we've been protective of our kids. One thing being around Cam has taught me is, bro, you the product. Like Cam and Ahmad Tinker, those two there have taught me the value of that kid being the product. So you control the product. And when the people who want to talk about the product aren't necessarily valuing the product, then they don't necessarily need to be allowed access to the product. And so over the years we've done that, or what people don't understand over the years, a lot of our kids, because like recruiting's changed, but man, back when we first started doing this, man, it was so many writers and people calling these kids, man. We would get the tournaments and the kids would tell us like, Coach, I don't want to talk. Cool. Hey, we ain't doing no interviews. And so, you got people who they haven't forgave us for that, but it wasn't us. It's the kid. The kid didn't want to talk, and he didn't have enough here then, because those kids were, for lack of a better term, those kids were more respectful of the process. Now these kids don't mind telling you no, but when you talking about 2014, 2015, 2016, man, them kids was, man, like they didn't know how to say no. So I think a lot of people just don't want to cover us because of that. And I know for y'all and for you, you're getting in. So let me give you that look. Because again, you did right by somebody that I value, I hold near and dear, and I think I'd be crazy not to, because if you do right by my people, I think I owe it to you to do right by you. You know what I mean? And I do the same thing with coaches. Like three or four of the young guys that are very near and dear to me right now, like shoot, two of them just got head coaching job. Like Jabari Wilder, that is little bro. Like I go to war, like straight up about him. Chaz Ferdinand, who just got hired at Northgate.
Just talk to him too. Yeah.
Like little bro. Like you just talked to all three of my little brothers.
Literally.
Go tell who just got the DC job back here. And like them three, and it's more like Rodney Williams at Brookwood, like Damian Wright at Grayson. We gonna get Damian right, but I'm gonna keep praying for City. But like them five, like I try to, and it's more if they reach out, but like them, like Norm Washington, who just got a head job last year. He was at Gainesville. He got a head job up in South Carolina, back in his hometown. But those guys, man, like it wasn't done for me. And not that anybody owe me anything, but I think Brian Love was the first person to reach out to me. And ironically, me and him became head coaches at the same time. And so that is somebody I lean on. And so because because for what he did for me, I try to do it for people younger, because this business is so cliquish, man. And it's so, conversations behind closed doors that you don't even, like, bro, how can you even come to that conclusion about me? You ain't never coached with me. You ain't never, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the guy that always has an open line of communication, always available. And if I can give somebody the game or give somebody an opportunity, man, that's what I'm gonna do. But the other side of that is, if I can't be mature enough and honest enough to be like, yeah, bro, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really why. So I wanted to always be for the younger kids what wasn't done for me. And again, those old heads don't owe me nothing. I'm just saying I didn't know to go reach out to them. And now it's funny. I can call Nick Davis whenever I want to. I can call Frank. I can call Eric Parker. I can call, these Ahmad Tinker, you know what I'm saying? Dale McGee, I can call them. But I didn't know as a 23-year-old that I had access to them guys. Because had I known, my career would probably be a whole lot different. But I want to prevent the coaches under me from making that same mistake of feeling like, you know, you in this alone. Nah, big dog, I got you. I've been there. I done sat in that chair before. I done got whooped by 70. I done won by 70. We can have whatever conversation you want to have. You know what I mean? And so I just want to be that guy. And even to the media people, man, I'm fortunate that I got access to kids, like I say, to the product. So, you know, if I can give somebody a shot, you know, maybe an interview with somebody that's going to, you know, help boost their career, you know, I do it.
My thought of you, Bacon, but I just want to say, Coach, we appreciate you for that.
Yes, sir.
Could have definitely, did something different, but like I said, you one of the real ones in the game, man. So we just want to say we appreciate you for that. Even coming on the platform tonight, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. What you got, Nick?
Nah, I'm gonna follow up and say I appreciate you again. You know, just to sort of come full circle, Coach. But as we kind of let you go, you know what I mean. Just what does Coach Andrews do to kind of wind down, decompress, let us, you know what I mean, get outside of football. You a chess guy?
I'm a cigar guy, man.
Okay.
I'm a cigar guy, man.
I should have known.
I'm a cigar guy, man. I'm a sit in my backyard, man. Now that it's a little warmer, I'll probably be at my, you know, I don't even know why I'm gonna say this because I know somebody gonna see him like, oh, he flexing, but I'm gonna sit in my backyard at my fire pit with a and that's me. Or just, I ain't afraid to say it, man. I like being married, bro. So
definitely,
if my wife at home, I'm a big baby, bro. I'm climbing up under her and going to sleep. Like I love being a father, man. I love being a husband, man. And those are probably the things that help me decompress the most. And if I'm just in, because we all human, if I'm in a mood where I just don't want to be around nobody, I'm probably in my backyard with a nice stogie and listening to some type of old school or new school R&B and minding my business. I figure the more I mind my business and the less I say, the less I can be in foolishness. So, and I don't talk to a lot of people. So if something ever gets said that I said, I can pretty much pinpoint who I said it to. And then I know you need to get out the circle too, man. I that's what I do, man. I be out the way.
Nice. That's the only way to do it.
If it was for 707, you probably would not see me until doggone August when football season start. I gotta be out the way. I had somebody tell me the other day, man, I didn't know you coached at Whitewater. Exactly.
What?
Out the way. Yeah, like Najeh looking like what? Yes. Out the way. Yeah, I got there last year. I'm the safeties coach at Whitewater. Be out the way, man.
Ain't no way.
Nobody know that. And we be over there too. That's the crazy part, man. We be over there. Coach, incognito.
Listen, man. I'd be out. Y'all think I'd be playing, dog? I don't
be dead serious.
I'd be dead serious. I don't be, man.
That's crazy.
Out the way. I'd be out the way. Like throughout my career, people like, man, you drive that far? Yes. Why? I live for peace and I'm going to work for peace. And Whitewater is the first time I've ever worked 10 minutes from my house. But other than that, man, as I say, this is not no act. I literally be out the way. Tink probably about the only person that can get me to come work a camp at this point.
Shout out to Tink.
Bro, it got to make sense at this point. Like, why am I going to do this? Because I'm to a point, man, where I just, if it don't make sense, and I ain't even talking about money, just makes sense. Like, if I got to fight somebody, not literally, but fight to coach somebody or egos involved, man, I don't. I ain't got patience for egos, man. I'm turning to the old grumpy man, man. Listen, I done forgot more stuff than you young whippersnappers know, man. Leave me alone. That's where I'm at now. So, you know, that's what I decompress, man.
Nah, facts. Definitely learned a lot, man.
Rants, no, I pop up at Creekside at a practice, man. I be I be out the way, chilling,
Man, respect this brother a
chilling.
lot.
Ain't got time for no drama, man. But other than that, man, I be chilling, man.
Now let me ask you this though, Coach. You know what I mean,
I'm an
nah, it's
open book,
not.
man. However long y'all need me, I got you, man. Whatever y'all need, man.
Are you good, Coach? I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna hold you long. We know you're trying to get back. You trying to get back to your wife. You know, so you trying to go. It's getting late in the evening. It's about 10 o'clock.
She watching the show, but what's up, though?
Luke, you know, I mean, nah, it's not. We try to be some esteemed brothers. You know, we wanna have a happy household. You know what I mean? So, what should we do? What should we be looking at for quality woman qualities?
Excuse me, I'm gonna be walking for a second because my computer about to die. I think honestly, man, I'm gonna tell you the best piece of advice I ever got, man, was from Trooper Taylor. Trooper Taylor told me way back when he was at Auburn. He told me, he said, "Don't get you a wife that understands what you do. Get you a wife that wants to be a part of what you do." And that is a really big difference. And so when people ask me, man, like, you know, bro, how did you know? For me, it was simple. Like when I took that advice from Troop, literally what happened is, you know, when me and my wife was kind of in the getting to know you process, I never forget. She went to school. I'm 3 years older than my wife, so her senior year of college, she went to we actually went to the same college and didn't know each other until after I graduated. But long story short, it was a weekend. She was supposed to come down. We had football practice, and I was like, "Look, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to see you. You know, I got practice." And that woman told me, "Oh, that's cool. I want to see what makes you happy." I was done right there. Okay, what we going through? you, my friend, are the one. I would say that, man. I would say with what y'all do, you have to get you got to find somebody that wants to be a part of what you do. Because if not, it's gonna be like a night like tonight, like you say, it's almost 10. You know, that woman that don't understand that and want to be a part of that is going to give you this stank face when you come to bed, or you know, after you finish editing and all that, man. So you got to find somebody that wants to be a part of what you're doing. Because if not, it was gonna come a day where you're gonna have to make a decision, and you either gonna be upset because you're gonna have to stop doing what you love to do, which is gonna cause resentment, or she gonna be upset because you didn't pick her. So, and then balance after that. Once you find that person, then it's balance. Like I was the guy that would bring work home. Now, I'll be honest with you, man. I throw my phone and my computer when I come home. I watch film in the morning. I'm not studying when I walk through that door. So
is that because you're tenured now, or did you feel like you had to do that? Did you feel like you had to do that when you were younger? You kind of get skin in the game?
I think it's all of that, man. I think when you are a young coach or when you just get into coaching, period, man, there's something in you that says if you're not watching film, you're being outworked. You know what I mean? That's why people still have Sunday meetings in high school and meet from 1 to 10 because you just feel like you ain't working. And as I've gotten older, as I've gotten, like you say, 10 years, I just realized, bro, after you watch this like 3-4 times, teams do what they do. And not only that, just to be completely honest with you, I don't care how good of a coach you are. If they Jimmys are better than your Joes, bro, you ain't got a chance anyway. Like, you don't have a chance. People watched hours upon hours upon hours of film on Buford. You don't have nobody to stop Ty Boogie. So all that film you watched, I know when they line up in this formation, they're running this play 90% of the time. Cool. You got somebody that's going to tackle number 3 or number 1. What Ty Boogie wore 1? You got somebody that's going to tackle him? If you don't, all that time you miss with your kids and your wife ain't finna help you. The man finna run for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, and you still gonna lose. And so once I realized, especially on the high school level, it's just like, man, I figure out other time to watch. It's not that I'm not gonna watch film, but if I've been gone from my house since 6 this morning, I didn't put my kids on the school bus. And my kids at that age where that stuff matters. I got an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old. Like, I'm not coming in the house at 7:30, 8 o'clock. They bedtime at 8:30, and I'm that 30 minutes I'm gonna spend on this computer or on my phone. Nah. Now there was a time I did that, and again, going back to understanding your wife or the person you with wanting to be apart. She understood it, but that didn't stop her from like, hey, you know I'm still, so it's like you gotta either stay up late, get that time in, and then when she go to sleep, kids go to sleep, yeah, you can go back and watch film if you feel that's necessary. But half of the battle in high school football is who got more talent. Now, when talent even, yeah, I need to find this edge. I need to find, okay, what tendency can I really exploit? But outside of that, man, what's their top 5 plays? What's their top 5 formations? Stop them, make them beat you left-handed, and go to bed. Just that simple.
Well, see, Coach, that's it for me, man. Like I said, I appreciate you, bestowing this knowledge upon us, our viewers, man. It's much love.
I'm a little worn out. You see, make it look worn out.
Nah. I'm like half blown away, half appreciative, all wrapped in one, man.
They got more. They got more questions, man. We'll get on another time. You can ask more questions.
I definitely gotta ask you something else. But it may not be suitable for the pod, but I gotta ask you something for sure.
We good, man. We good. I've had a blast, man. I appreciate y'all.
No, I appreciate you, Coach, man. Stay in touch. Hey, I'm gonna let you go on this. Let us know, man, any big tournaments y'all have. I know y'all gonna be hitting the national circuit, but if any more in the A or anything like that.
Pylon this weekend. That's our last one. Pylon is gonna be at Franklin Gateway Park up in Marietta.
Okay.
You said this weekend?
Yep, this weekend. I already told him my birthday Sunday, and I'm spending it with y'all clowns. Y'all better act like y'all got something.
Y'all better go in.
I swear. But we'll see how it go. We'll be down some guys. Guys got Elite 11. Guys got college visits. So, go out there and see what roster we can put together and figure it out.
Thanks, Coach. All right, man. We're going to let you get that sleep, man.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right. There you go, man. Coach Andrew, appreciate him coming on, man. He's on here for a little minute. Hold on. Let me get that.
Hey.
Yes, sir, man. Look, y'all know what to do, man. I'm going to close it out. I know Bacon time. I'm going to close it out for us tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Big birthday. Hey, we appreciate it. A big birthday 406. This is Peak. Hey, man, look, this is what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to take this podcast to another level, man. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all the spiel and keep it real.
Hey,
keep it real. You know what I'm saying? That is what we're trying to do, man. Try to give y'all the exclusive content from all the best coaches, not just high school level, 7-on-7, college, whatever we can do. That's what we're trying to do, man. But I'm gonna close out for the show, man. Y'all know do like, comment, subscribe, follow all our social media platforms at Bacon Network at Najeh Wilk. And we'll see you guys on Thursday for our hoop show. Should be a lot of fun with March Madness officially basically here. Last week of the regular season, Bacon. A lot of fun to talk about there, obviously, before the ACC, SEC, and all the Big 12 tournaments. All right, y'all. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Just sizzling news.